Guys, we're live. Let me put the volume down for all the professional YouTubers that have big channels. So to make sure nobody can hear us. But welcome back, guys, to Saturday Night Edition. Today is January 6th, 2024. And we're coming live to you from the planet Earth. Specifically, guys, from one of the best states in the United States, Ohio, and one of the best cities in the United States, Cleveland. So I hope nobody gonna kind of tackle us on that subject. That Ohio is the best state and Cleveland is the best city. I know most of you will probably not agree, but let me bring very special guest. We got two special guests, guys. Here's guys, we got very special guest in the house today. We got Anthony back, healthy, thankfully. Dragon
Yes.
Master Finds. Guys, subscribe please to Anthony's channel. I put all the information in the description to his YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, uh, Facebook, and I think I'm forgetting something, Anthony. You probably are you on whatnot?
No, I do not do. I don't do anything live. This is enough live for me.
And we got another special guest, the chicken. The chicken is coming live from the great state of Ohio, one of the second best cities in Ohio, guys, Kenton, North Kenton, Ohio. So we got Lisa, and I still
Well, for
cannot.
anybody who saw from when we were all at the bins together, I found this. I had to get it, and by golly, Roman wouldn't wear it, so I kind of somebody had to wear it.
Guys, Lisa actually looks good in that outfit, guys. Give her some props in the comments. Tell her how good she looks in that costume. Because if I would have wore it, probably they would have taken me to the psychiatric ward most likely. I didn't want to go there. Let me say hello to beautiful people coming into our live. Got Rod Relics John in the house, Vice President of the great state of Missouri. We got Shane Soda City Flips. His channel is growing faster than anyone else on YouTube in history. Shane is already close to 500,000 subs, guys. We'll be in a million subs soon. I also wanted to mention, guys, today that our live today was sponsored finally by big time people. We got sponsored by Valentine Day Stanley
And your local
Tumbler.
egg producers.
Did you
Support
find
your
it?
local egg producers.
We got sponsored by Valentine Day's Target exclusive tumbler, guys. That is very exclusive and very expensive. It's a big time sponsor, guys. They're already in 2 days they're millionaires or
Yeah,
billionaires.
I missed out on that one. That's for sure.
Let me
Yeah.
say hello to Nicole and Nicolo Presto in the house. We got Lori in the house, Happy Picker. We got if I missed anyone, guys, like I said, if you don't know our life, it's very the situation is always that I'm very slow in terms of reading comments. So I apologize in advance today. If I didn't read your comment, I apologize. I actually feel really bad after the live that I missed. Lisa actually knows that I always feel bad, and I want to like go out and get drunk after that all the time. But I stay inside.
Oh, we all.
We got we got Zizala in the house. New name.
Zizala,
New name.
Zizala is a friend of mine. I told him about the live. He is a Twitch streamer, and he just started his own YouTube channel recently. So
Great.
he could use some subscribes if you guys like. If any guys here are nerds, that it fits that category. He's a Pokemon streamer.
I think there's plenty of nerds in here.
Yeah, so Zizala in the house. We got Anissa in the house. We got another new name, J Philly Retro Toys in the house. Most likely Anthony also knows.
Yes, so that is my buddy James. James is not exactly a reseller. I did convince him to start reselling a little bit on the side, but his channel is all about toy collecting, and so I think he's up close to about 600 subs.
Let me check, Anthony, if you're moderator, just to make sure I can give you a range so you can put their links in the chat
Do
for
we
their
trust
channel.
him with a wrench? I don't know.
I
Just
don't know.
type
Give him a
something.
hammer.
Type something in the chat, Anthony. So I will give you moderator range or hammer. So you're gonna
It's
have
the hammers.
a lot of tools, man.
There's a lot of tools in here already. Do we?
Anthony, you're gonna have tools to use.
Let's
Just
see.
type something like a test or Cleveland or worst state in the United States, something like that.
Worst state.
Worst city. How's everyone doing tonight, guys, on this beautiful Saturday night, especially in Ohio?
It won't let me connect directly from my YouTube because of my being on my phone. So
all right.
Well, of course, we've got to have technical difficulties. I mean,
yes, we got as usual technical difficulties, which is normal. If I disappear, guys, it's considered to be technical difficulty also. So I apologize if I disappear, and Lisa and Anthony will stay.
No, that's considered our usual Saturday night. So
yeah, that's usually the same situation happens all year long, guys, already.
If you don't freeze, it's not Saturday.
I don't freeze, guys. Especially today, we got probably a big snowstorm coming to Cleveland for the first time this winter. So apparently, the internet providers will not work for probably at least 6 months after that.
Don't you be cursing it.
We got Marie in the house. Marie, welcome. We got Vintage Sports Flips, Kids in the house. Welcome, Kids. Larry Way Out One, welcome. Just want to make sure that I don't miss anyone right away. We got Jill in the house. Beautiful Jill in the house. Welcome. We got Andy Someta, very popular YouTuber, full-time YouTuber in the house. Andy Someta, welcome.
Full-time harassers, more like
full-time YouTuber. And Eurisra Franklin, my good friend in the house. Eurisra was one of the best YouTube names in history of YouTube.
Definitely one of the best icons, that's for sure.
One of the best names and icons in history.
No one's supposed to realize what that is.
We got Bama Jaber Trisel in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you all guys stopping by today to greet our special guest, Anthony, Dragon Master Finds, and Lisa in chicken outfit. It's not Lisa actually today, guys. We don't know who it is.
I squished the chicken. I squished it.
So Anthony, guys, Anthony actually, please subscribe. Like I said in the beginning, I put all the information from Anthony's channel and all the Instagram social media in the description. So follow him, please. He got growing channel and he is putting out good content already. So please give him a follow. We always like to support smaller channels, especially when they start their journey. It is a difficult journey, guys. I can tell you that for sure. So please subscribe, help him out, and watch his videos. And Anthony, so in terms of, I know that you started YouTube. When did you exactly decide to start YouTube channel? What made you do that?
So the story behind it is there's a lot of inspiration from a lot of different people. I had become friends with James by finding his YouTube channel and noticing that he was shopping in stores that I would shop in to buy and sell stuff on eBay. And then I became really good friends with Samantha Bell Resells. And so I had talked before about like maybe wanting to start a channel, but I was always kind of hesitant about doing it. And then she told me to stop being such a what's a wuss.
Yeah, good word for YouTube.
Yeah. She told me stop being a wuss, and so she told me I'm gonna stop being your friend if you don't upload a video. So I did my first video, and then I just kind of kept going with it. And I'm very slow at coming out with content. I don't have a really good consistent schedule. It's one of the things I want to work on for this year is having at least doing one video per week. But my editing takes a long time. So but yeah, I basically it is Samantha's fault that you all have to deal with me here on this live. I credit everything to her.
Yeah, where's she at?
Yeah, it's all Samantha Bell Resells' fault, guys. Again, not mine. So don't blame me, guys. I didn't do
booksellers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but guys,
Wow.
if you remember, Samantha Bell Results was on our live as a guest. Actually, it was a great guest, and we enjoyed her company. And today we're gonna enjoy Anthony's company. Anthony, we really appreciate that you joined us for this live. It's very special for all the guests that join us. It's special for us, so we
I
appreciate it.
really, I really enjoy, I really appreciate being invited to be on. And then right here, I want to say what's up to Treasure Scavengers, who filled in for me last week. So I really appreciate you coming in clutch for Roman and Lissa here. I was pretty sick last week.
And it's
Actually, I
Putting it
spent a
mildly.
day. Yeah, I actually spent one of the days last week in the ER for the whole day. Feeling quite a bit better, but it's still not 100% yet.
yeah. See, John is saying, I do not think that storing your Power Rangers in the bathroom is a good idea, Anthony. So I don't know
No, no,
about
no. This
that.
is
Too
a,
many,
this is my
too many
new.
jokes possible there. No.
John
No,
is a funny dude. But
this is my new background. I spent basically the whole day. I had to knock out one of these shelves so I could actually fit some of these boxes on here. So I'm sure my neighbors hate me.
but it looks good, man. It's actually very professional background. Was usually, as you can see, a lot of YouTubers who do lives, they have some kind of professional. In my case, it's unprofessional. It's always gonna be most likely like that. I'm not gonna put any type of. I have a lot of interesting stuff, but it's not behind me, guys. It's usually on the shelf where I actually started selling all my stuff that I collected. Also, I don't know. I don't keep anything. Rarely I
Well,
will.
earlier Alyssa was like, that looks all nice and neat, and I was like, oh, you don't see the giant mess that's actually over here off camera.
His
It's
giant mess is the most organized I could ever dream to be. Don't let him. He does not have ADHD. That's what I saw with it.
No,
It-
definitely a little bit closer to some OCD, I think is.
Yeah, so in terms of like I said, that's very interesting when people see like some kind of background with different, things that usually most of the time those things behind you, Anthony. I think do you collect those things or that stuff is you
Yeah,
gonna sell?
yeah. So before I started reselling, or actually, I was already starting to do eBay for a little bit, but as most resellers, I think we kind of get into this because we a lot of us fall into financial crisis. I used to have a gigantic toy collection, and I ended up selling it to a reseller. So I got nothing near what I wanted to make off of it, but I needed money for bills. And then I think it was about a week before I came down to visit you guys in Ohio, I found this toy store I had known about in my area, but I hadn't been there in years. And I walked in and they had all these Power Rangers things pretty much basically mint in the boxes. So I went in and dropped way too much money to buy all this stuff and add it back into my collection. But now I get to have all my childhood toys back, so I'm pretty happy about that.
You got them all the different sales, or how long ago did you get all of that? Like throughout the years?
No, so the majority of this is. Let's see. So the majority of this I picked up about 2 weeks ago, and then some stuff down here. I picked this up in one of my videos where I'm at Comic Con. I picked up this. Some of these are from years and years of collecting. Like I have my signed Karate Kid, signed by Ralph Macchio. Um, this signed copy of Clerks 2, and I'm going to forget his name because I'm terrible, but one of the actors signed that. And then this Green Lantern is signed by the artist who did the comic book for this particular run. So I have a lot of autograph stuff that
That's,
from
that's
going to
good.
Comic Con and stuff.
That's actually really good stuff. I mean, eventually, if you decide to sell it, it's probably gonna go gain value since it's
Mhm.
all signed. So, I mean, you can keep that kind of stuff eventually. I don't know in how many years. Some of that stuff, as you know, gets hot with some kind of movie or like a TV show or cartoon or animated or TV series or anything associated with stuff that you collect. And this kind of stuff will get hot, so you can check prices all the time. Maybe something will
Yeah.
get, maybe something will become very valuable and you can sell it instantly for like $100,000. You never know.
The funny thing about collecting stuff like that is like from going to Comic Cons and stuff like that for so many years, when I was clearing off this shelf to build the background, I was finding stuff that like I didn't even remember that I owned anymore. So I found a copy of not a copy, a poster of the Boondock Saints signed by Norman Reedus and the other guy from Boondock Saints, and I was like, I wonder how much Norman Reedus's autograph is now that he's famous from doing The Walking Dead. Like, apparently not that much.
Yeah. So in terms of I know that YouTube. What do you think in terms of direction for YouTube? You're gonna be mostly doing like thrift videos. I know I've watched your content. You've done some thrift videos, what sold videos. You're gonna do mostly like similar type of content as a lot of different YouTubers, or you're gonna do something else?
I like having a mix. I like having that mix of entertaining with like thrift with me videos, and then I like the idea of also being doing like the educational side, like my whole channel focus after I'm done doing. I still have to start working on the video that I recorded stuff I recorded when I was in town with you guys. There's still a video with me and James at a church sale that still needs to be edited. And then after that, the channel will probably switch focus into thrift with me, and then explaining like why I pick up stuff. So like I learned from Jake from J Ride Flips about sell through rate, and once I finally unlocked that in my mind about picking up stuff only with good sell through rate, that's all I look for now. Like I very rarely pick up anything without comping it first, or like emotionally pick something up. And I used to do that a lot when I first started, where I would just see something I liked and buy it. And now I have a store with 860 items in it, and I get one sale a day. So I'm going to be doing, also thanks to Sam, clearing out the store and then starting to refill it again with better, faster selling items. So that's basically what the channel will also, that's what I'll be doing with the channel, is doing some content on that, like how to clear out bad inventory. And I like the educational thing, I think, a little bit more than the entertaining thing, because I actually don't really enjoy trying to film and thrift at the same time, because I feel like I miss stuff. So I think it's better to kind of just show what I picked up, why I picked it up, and what other people should be looking for while they're out.
Sorry, guys, we froze up for a little bit as usual, but expect that kind of stuff today, because we're really sorry about that. There's a big snowstorm coming in reality to Cleveland. Already, we had already very heavy snow today in the first part of the afternoon. It kind of slowed down. So if we're gonna get frozen up, Spectrum doesn't like winter storms, guys. It hates it.
Spectrum doesn't like sunlight.
Yeah, or sunlight, or winter, or summer, spring. Spectrum doesn't like anything, guys. So let me say hello to Max, Fast Talking Flipper, and Angie. Guys, welcome. We got AZ Cat, Sue in the house. Welcome, Sue. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Bartermania, Travis in the house. Travis, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Eventually, guys, I'll get to everyone. I promise. In the end, for sure, or as a live next week. As you guys know, it's normal type of situation, especially with the internet freezing up. So, Anthony, in terms of like YouTube itself, how did you discover the reselling community? Which is very, very important, Anthony, to discover reselling community. For me, it was different type of situation. I didn't discover it until later on. But I did watch some content. It wasn't like, I thought it was like a couple people. In reality, actually, I thought it was just few people doing YouTube, but it was like 5 years ago. Before that, I was watching something very randomly, but then kind of it was discovered through content and suggestions on YouTube that you get like from different channels. So that's how I discovered. How did you discover different?
So I think the first person I discovered was Phoenix Resale, Caleb, who just did reselling video games. And then from there, like, you know, like he would do a video with Harry Tornado. So then I learned about Harry Tornado, and then, you know, Harry Tornado mentions Commonwealth Picker. And so then I just started following and watching the bigger YouTubers. And then what I liked was finding smaller YouTubers because it felt more personable. It felt more personal, where like, oh, like these guys aren't so big that, you know, that their channels are doing all the selling for them. You know, they actually have to, you know, man up and do the work themselves. So I started following smaller YouTubers, and it was funny. Like I found, you know, however many months ago when Jake started, and now you look at Jake. Now Jake is one of the big YouTubers, so that's pretty fun. But like I found Jake's channel when he had like 200 subs. And now we see he's at 22,000 subs. So, you know, I'm not jealous at all.
Yeah, man,
But,
Jake has got kind of big direction up ahead in terms of growing his channel, like Shane. I mean,
and
that's
yeah,
why.
Shane. And so like, you know, like, and then I came across Shane from the chat in J Ride's room, Samantha from the chat in J Ride's room. And, you know, it's fun. Georgia Picker here. Also, I discovered his channel just from, and basically whenever a new one got suggested to me, I would watch them, and I would always give a subscribe because, you know, I mean, who doesn't need more support out here doing this as a job? And then there's certain ones that like I watch more often. So like, you know, I watch all of Brandon, Georgia Picker's stuff. I watch all of Shane's stuff. Watch all of J Ride's, all of yours, all of your stuff, Roman.
Yeah, which is
Um,
my stuff is very suspicious, guys.
You're on a watch list, or
Guys,
10.
usually what I do is all in reverse. Like whenever people, that's why I made some videos just now that you probably watched, where I show stuff that people should not. I mean, resellers should avoid or not buy. In reality, they probably need to buy that stuff. But knowing me, guys, with my humor, that's actually normal for me. So I apologize if someone gets offended or not happy about that. But that's what you're gonna get from my channel. Everything
yeah.
will be in reverse.
So that was my theory too. Is you know, like I again, and I'm not talking bad about anybody because they're you know, everybody is always grinding out here, but like when you do watch somebody like the bigger channels, who kind of have to watch everything that they say, like, you know, Kevin Commonwealth Picker can't curse on his channel. I'm sure he does in real life, but you'll never see it on camera. You know, Harry Tornado doesn't curse in his videos. I'm sure he does as a human being in real life. I just wanted to show that I'm an actual person. So, like, yeah, I'll curse on my channel. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm an
no
actual
problem.
person.
It's the thing about it is what makes you, what in my opinion, what makes you happy. I mean, don't curse too much, of course.
Yeah.
But what
What
makes
makes you happy? Cursing.
what
Okay.
makes you happy, man? What you are like. For me, I cannot, be some other human being and reinvent myself to what I'm not. So I usually will do something that I am. Like I cannot, change like an actor. I can be an actor, and just do like something for an audience, which will seem like I'm always nice and stuff like that. But in reality, I know myself how I am, and I don't like this personality, So I know it's not great for audiences on YouTube because people like to watch. Really, in my opinion, it's not just for reselling community, I think it's for many other communities. People like to watch something like decent, in terms of more professional.
Yeah.
But as you understand, Anthony, but in terms of realistically, people like you're talking about Kevin. Kevin is a good dude. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he is actually coming off nice, and that's why he was a teacher. I said it before. It's like mentality has to be properly set up. He's a nice person on YouTube. and it is what it is. I mean, that's how he is. And there are YouTubers like me who are not nice. In
Yeah, so
reality,
the only thing I will say I'll separate myself from, like, my Instagram is probably a lot more on, like, it's more my negative takes on doing eBay than my YouTube channel. Like, I don't mind, like, if I get it, and Shane knows I send Shane stuff all the time because it's hilarious. But if I get a dumb message on YouTube on eBay, or a lowball offer on like an item or something, and I want to complain about it, I air it out there because I'm like, don't. This is our livelihood. Like, don't, at least be respectable when you're, that's one thing. Like, if people here that are in the chat aren't eBayers themselves but buy stuff from eBay, realize that if you're going to send out an offer for $100 item for $5, you're insulting the person who is selling that item, because that person has to make money. If you want to send out a $90 offer on a $100 item, that's a reasonable offer. So, like, there's checks and balances in all of it, and I don't think that I don't think a lot of people really talk about it that much.
yeah, man, that's the thing. Every reseller has the right to make a living, and that's their choice to decide how they run their business. And I also said it before. It's up to each individual reseller what type of content they watch, what type of reselling business they run. I mean, they can watch a lot of different things. I mean, not just YouTube, but like it's like educational type of stuff. But everyone has their own brain and their head on their shoulders, so they will decide what's best for them to do. It's not like they're gonna copy. There are people who copy each other. There is gonna be always like that. People who are jealous of each other. Even like you mentioned, Anthony, some bigger channels can be jealous of other bigger channels. It is a possibility. It's like it's not just in a reselling community. It's like around the world. That's why
Oh, well, as far as copying stuff, I will say fully by the second or third video on my channel, and I shouted him out in the beginning. I know, like, I mean, he doesn't follow me, but like, he's the inspiration for my channel. The way the style I like to do my videos is based off of Wick's channel, Flipping Junk, and like, it is a blatant, like, it is imitation, and I hope that he takes it as a form of flattery, because like, that's the type of content I like to watch, and he's the YouTuber that got me into that style. So that is the style that I will continue to go with, because it's just,
And I can
it
tell you,
works.
yeah, I can tell you, Vic from Flipping John guys, which I've mentioned before on our live. That's a great channel actually.
Mhm.
Vic actually is a good reseller. He's not part of reselling community, as you guys know.
Mhm.
Even though I am kind of thinking of trying to invite him to our live. We'll see how that's gonna go. If he will say yes or no, I don't know yet, guys.
If you get him to say yes, I'll be in the chat, fangirling, because again,
I
it is
didn't reach
it is
out
one
to
of my
Vic
favorite
yet.
channels.
Maybe Vic is lurking. I don't know. Maybe Vic is watching my live. Who knows?
Fangirl Anthony, wear a wig, make it really look good.
But let me say hello to Treasure Scavengers, who actually were our guests last week, and Mike and Amber. Appreciate you guys stopping by, supporting us, and coming last week to replace Anthony in a time of need for us.
Thank
So
you.
it was really nice of you guys, and please subscribe to Amber and Mike. They do great job with everything, with YouTube, storage, auctions on YouTube. So guys, and Amber does auctions also. I think Lisa, should Amber put it in the chat if you're still here. I think you guys have done it on Tuesday, if I'm correct, of this week. I'm not sure if I remember it correctly because I was not in an auction actually, but I think it was on Tuesday. But you guys, Amber or Mike, you guys can put the link for your next auction in chat. So if you have it set up already, I don't know. Just wanted to make sure. Here's Flipping Mike's channel, guys. I put Mike had a surgery recently, so and they were guests like I said last week. Let me say hello, heavy hellos to Salvador Mercado from Oregon. Let me say hello to Octopus, disgruntled. Guys, Octopus is always disgruntled, guys. He's not happy about anything. He lives he lives in the water all the time, guys. He doesn't take his costume off. He sleeps and takes shower in that costume. Goes to the bathroom in that costume. So octopus, you need to take that costume off sometimes, like to let your skins give your skin some fresh air. Let your skin rest because if you're not gonna take off that costume, you're gonna become real octopus.
Well, so the secret behind that is, I think that the disgruntled octopus is actually Matt, the Aussie flipper. So he's gonna have to, uncostume
Speculation.
so that we can prove whether that theory is right or wrong.
Yeah, guys, it can be anyone. We don't know exactly. It can be even some kind of big YouTuber from United States, kind of hiding under that octopus costume. So we don't know for sure what's going on. But octopus is always, I think octopus is like a face of Australian reselling community, in my opinion. There
Him
are
and Granny. Oh yeah.
And
and
Granny,
grumpy Granny. Actually, octopus is always disgruntled, and Granny is always grumpy, guys. So they're never happy, apparently. Let me say hello to my good friend. He says "Привет" in Russian, Lisa and Roman. Gino is fine, guys. Gino, as you guys know, I always mention Gino. Gino is a great guy, great knowledge, lives in Florida. And now second state after Ohio, guys. Sorry, Gino. So Florida is number 2 state. But I only say it because my brother lives there. If my brother would not live in Florida, probably not gonna be second best state. Since Ohio is number 1. So there you go.
I'll say привет to Gino as well, and I like his channel too. I don't know, his editing is amazing, and I'm like, I am too lazy to learn how to edit as well as Gino does.
And he just dropped a video today. He's just so cute, and he
yeah.
does it so good.
Yeah, I don't know how to. His videos are adorable. I don't know. There's no other way to say it.
Gino always comes out with a great vibe. That's right away. Like you said, Anthony, Gino never curses. Gino always comes out with a great vibe, with a story. He is like a storyteller, That's like you see his YouTube channel separately as a storyteller in terms of how he does special effects, where he will disappear, appear, do that kind of stuff. It takes time. It's not easy to do unless you wanna edit your videos for proper amount of time for the audience to subscribe, like your channel, which is basically in my case, guys, unfortunately I don't spend that much time. I just don't have time. I just don't have time. Otherwise I would be right now, I don't know where I would be if I would spend so much time on editing. I don't know how is that gonna work.
So in the chat, Zizala, he and I were talking during one of his lives on Twitch about editing content and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, you've got it way worse than I do. He's like, yeah, it takes me, I forget how long he said his editing takes. Like he cuts out clips from his long form videos and then does shorts and stuff like that, and he does a lot of stuff on TikTok. You got to follow him on TikTok. That's actually where you got to follow him on, because his TikToks are amazing. But I was saying, an entire video for me might be 3 or 4 hours of recorded footage and then trying to cut it down into 20 to 30 minutes. Like that takes me quite a few hours to get that editing done.
Anthony, have you completed your video showing your travel from Philadelphia to Cleveland and that?
No,
because I know people want to see the goodies and fun you had before you got volatilely ill.
Yeah, Anthony, everyone wants to see Cleveland.
Yeah, so getting sick last week really threw everything off. Like I haven't actually done it. I haven't done any listings since before I came to visit you guys. So I wanted to, like, all this stuff here for the background was on my listing station. So I just finally cleared that off. So now I can get back to listing. Have to get back to doing video editing, edit that video out. And that'll probably be the next one I work on. Sorry, James, yours is getting bumped back because I do want to show my trip to Ohio. But yeah, like I said, that takes me. Oh, and it's also filmed on 2 different sources. So it's filmed on my phone for part of it, and then also on my GoPro. So getting all the footage off of everything and then, putting it together, it just takes me forever. I'm not efficient, I would say. As far as YouTube and hell, even eBay, I'm not very efficient at getting stuff done.
That's like me, man. I'm like, that's why I'm inconsistent. That's why You know, it's difficult to be consistent when I have so many things in my head. I cannot concentrate on anything. Like, no, you know, like sometimes you do something, you concentrate on one thing and do something else next. I cannot do it. So I have to like do different things at the same time. So
Yeah.
I cannot concentrate and then I forget what I was doing. I was like, you know, doing the videos and I forgot about it and went, for example, you know, listing, or then I forgot about that and went sourcing. So you know, it's like never. I cannot concentrate, but it is what it is when you do it by yourself usually, and you do it by yourself also, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have any specific help to do your reselling and stuff, right?
No, so at most, I do have a roommate that lives with me. He runs my packages down to the post for me, and that's everything else I do myself. So all the listing, all the editing, all the it's a lot to do by yourself. To be honest with you,
It
it's
is,
overwhelming.
especially.
It's overwhelming really quickly.
Do you do full time reselling or you part time?
Full time.
And what did you do before reselling? Did you have like I'm pretty sure you had a full time job,
Yes.
right?
So before quitting my job, I worked for Frito Lay or PepsiCo. And I used to be a chip delivery driver, and I did that for 8 years. And in December, no, I'm sorry, in January of last year, I got into a really bad car accident. Um, so it's a miracle that I walked away with nothing but a broken finger out of it, because I mean, my car was destroyed from the accident, and
Man, thank God, man. I had the same situation, man, when about 15 years ago, the car was totaled and I was not even driving. I was a passenger and my friend was driving. And it was black ice. We were driving from Virginia into Maryland and it was like black ice.
mm,
So it's like in an instant, like in a second, the car just like flipped over. And it was an SUV. It just flipped over on a roof couple times, but the good thing that saved us was that we were buckled in because my friend was much taller and his side was smashed like up from the top almost to the middle of the car. It was like gone. And we basically walked. They took us to the hospital, but we just had cuts from like front windshield breaking. So all the glass just fell on the. We were kind of upside down in the car. We were hanging on seat belts. So people who saw it, they just ran out on the. It was on the freeway. They just ran out and they just tried to get us out of the car. So they were trying, and then ambulances and fire trucks, everyone like came over, and then eventually took us to different hospitals around like PA. It was near Pennsylvania border. So
okay.
like, but it was, I said, like, thanks to God that it was just cuts on like hands, like legs, stuff like that. Because if we were not buckled in, most likely would have been dead or broken or like paralyzed. I think.
So yeah, so what happened with the accident was, and James can attest to this because he lives in the area where the accident was, is I was getting on Interstate I-76, and there is this really short ramp to get on where you have to merge. And I don't know what happened, where like there was a car accident off to the side, getting put onto the back of a tow truck. And as we're coming up the ramp, I'm trying to make sure I have enough room to accelerate to get onto the ramp and merge in properly. But the person at the very front hesitated or stopped instead of merging. And so when I'm looking in the mirror, and then I look back up and all the cars had to slam on the brakes because that guy stopped moving. So I slam on the brakes and I hit the car in front of me. The car behind me pushes me into traffic, and I got hit by two more cars.
Yikes.
And yeah, it was the scariest moment of my entire life. But so I was out of work on short term disability for about 4 months, and then when I went back to Frito Lay, I mean honestly, they just treated me so terribly when I came back. I just couldn't deal with it anymore, and I decided to just I cashed out my 401k, so I had money to live off of, and then I started diving into doing the full-time reselling. And thankfully, I'm getting a little bit better at it because it's a little rough in the beginning, that's for sure.
And exactly, see that you saved up money. Even, you're talking about Kevin's video, I mean, Commonwealth. He actually did a great on his Flipper channel about this thing about if you want to become full-time reseller or part-time. And he actually had great points. If you haven't watched it, guys, watch it. It's about, he's coming up front, guys. He's not lying or anything. It is what it is. If you saved up enough money to do full-time reselling, then, God bless you. You can do it, especially if you have family. So he was upfront. He was not, hiding, kind of shading, doing all types of stuff. He was telling like it is, and he's coming up front with that. And that's how he's done it too. I mean, it's not an easy thing to decide, but he's coming up front. It was a great topic for beginner resellers who want to try to get into full-time reselling. And I think he had good points on there because, I mean, that is how it is. If you don't have enough money saved up and you have a big family, it's not going to be that easy. That's what he was saying, which is true. So it is what it is. But the good thing, Anthony, is that you're okay after that accident, man, and that you decided to become full-time. Well, welcome to becoming full-time reseller, man.
Yeah, it's funny because I think I'll continue doing the full-time thing. I am at a point now where, like, obviously, like, that was months and months ago that I started, so, like, I don't have any of that money left from my 401k. So I'm at a point now where I probably will have to pick up a part-time job just for a little bit of extra cash flow in between. But I like the idea of, I feel like doing full-time reselling and then having a part-time job gives you that flexibility to basically still run your own business, and I like that idea.
Yeah, because you can input the money, and I do DoorDash sometimes, so it's like Archie Biscuit Butt. We're DoorDashers. So
I tried that for a little bit.
Even though some people don't leave tips, which I don't like. There are some people who don't leave tips, guys, when you deliver food. That's horrible.
I did Uber Eats for a little bit. I did not like it. Well, you and Lissa saw my car. That car is not efficient for driving around all day.
Yeah, but it made me feel sexy. Tell everybody what you got. Boy, people were looking at this going, what is going on here?
Oh, well, the guy that tried to race us in the other Dodge Challenger on the highway, that was
yeah,
fun.
but you had a pretty girl.
Yeah, Anthony, you had a pretty girl with you, man. You should have kind of showed the girl off a little bit.
Yeah, and I was in the trunk. So
let me say hello to Samantha in the house. Bill Resource, Anthony, your good friend in the house. Here's Samantha, guys.
Hello,
yeah, that
Samantha.
is not a car you expect to go picking in. I mean, you need an SUV or something, not a souped up Charger. I mean, purple no less.
It was a good car, Anthony.
Blue.
Guys, Anthony, when Anthony came in his car, guys, I thought that car was from like 1970s.
It looked like he got it at like a repo sale or something in Philly. It was a drug dealer's car. Come on. It was.
No, Anthony, it was actually nice. If you're gonna drive around in that car delivering DoorDash, you're probably gonna get some tips for sure. Let me say hello to Lilac Seller Meg in the house. Meg, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Christopher Natter in the house, guys. In my opinion, guys, Christopher Natter finds such great stuff that he sells, and he is actually truly, in my opinion, in terms of the pickers, Christopher has to be tops, guys. Even though he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he has a lot of following on Instagram and in the communities, that Christopher finds really, really good stuff all the time where he lives, which is great. And he's a good picker, guys, because you can see it from his sales right away in terms of his Instagram posts, Facebook posts. So Christopher, props to you, man. I mean, Christopher was on our live many times before, guys, as you know, and he actually has a lot of knowledge. I wish Christopher would have had a channel to just, show the stuff that he finds and talk about the stuff and teach some things that he knows. But it is up to everyone, guys, as you know. So Anthony, in terms of like reselling itself, I know that you're not niche down. You try to actually find different things, correct? You're not like concentrating specifically on specific categories to sell. You because I mean we were at the Goodwill Beans together, so I see that you actually were trying to find different things like me. So
Yeah, I'm well, you know, the Goodwill bins was a bad example because Lissa found all my stuff. Lissa found all the good stuff to sell.
Lisa has a big experience, man. She's been reselling for 45 years already.
Not quite that
Now
long
Lisa,
yet.
now Lisa will leave, guys. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm so young. I'm only 25, and I've been reselling for 45. How's that possible?
Well, if you've ever seen the movie Death Becomes Her.
From the dead, guys. From the when they became young again, like Benjamin Button, when they actually became much younger after their evil spell.
So the funny thing is, like while I was doing that challenge that Samantha had talked about clearing stuff out, I was going through bins of uh, death pile bins essentially, and picking stuff out and then going through. I'm like, it's really interesting to see, like, you know, for how long that's the stuff has been back here since I started doing this, because I would buy everything, like, and it's interesting to see, like, yeah, young, you know, very new me did have an eye for stuff that was good, and then also picked up a bunch of crap that I can't sell at all. But it's funny because, like, hold on, let me see if I can grab it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'll say hello to little Debbie in the house. Debbie, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We got, let's see who else I missed. Mama Beast Homestead in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by.
That's Amber's sister.
Okay, yes, it's Amber Sisters, Treasure Scavengers. So, guys, subscribe. Mama's Beast Homestead, if you have a YouTube channel, let us know. We'll put it into the chat. So, if you're coming in and you're new to our channel, guys, to my channel or our live, please subscribe, hit the like button. And
Mama B is she's not a reseller. She just enjoys watching all of us. She's one of those people that loves us for some reason.
for some reason. We got Kim T in the house. Kim T, welcome. Go ahead, Anthony. You can smoke.
So,
We got non-smoking live, man, but it's okay.
yeah.
We'll give you a pass.
That would not work for me, that's for sure. So, like, you know, this weird little nutcracker I found, you know, at a yard sale, God only knows how long ago. And then when I'm going through my bins, because I never looked it up, I just grabbed it out of instinct, like, oh, I heard nutcrackers are some of them could be really good. And,
Can't imagine what show you saw that on.
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
Nutcracker
Shed
show.
flips. It's shed flips.
Yeah, they're doing fantastic with it. But then, like, I find this little thing in a box, you know, just sitting here with a 300% sell-through rate that sells for almost $100, and I'm like, why the hell was this not listed, you know, 6 months ago? So there's stuff like that I find all the time.
But you like this kind of stuff because I noticed at the time when you were visiting us in Ohio and Cleveland, I mean, you saw the Goodwill Beans, and we had some comments from John. Actually, it was funny when he commented on a short that I posted. John from Flipping and Easy, that he says there's no people in the bins. How it's impossible not to find something. But in reality, actually, I was there today also. I didn't do a short. But in reality, there are resellers who go there all the time. Same exact resellers that love to go to the Goodwill Beans. And they just have, like, whenever they rotate the bins, they just go inside and they will go through the bins. And then when there is a time in between, before they bring out new bins, they just walk out, like Anthony and Lisa have seen. And they just stand outside, smoke sometimes, or go to their car and eat, and then they come back. For the
Wicked little kids. Wicked.
then they come back with a vengeance, guys, for the new rotation.
So it was funny at my local bins. I had gone on Thursday, and you know, we get that too. We get the vintage kids and stuff like that go through all the clothes, and it's funny because I can hear them. I can hear them off in the corner. Like the clothing bins had died down, so they went over to the hard goods, and they just kind of like very, barely pick through it and stuff. And I can hear them talking about like, oh yeah, I didn't really find anything today. And I reach into the bin, and I find a box for just this empty box for a Honeywell thermostat. And I'm like, okay, so now I know that this thing, if it's here, it's going to be in this bin. I dig through that, I find it. I find a remote for there's a Wall-E from the Disney Pixar movie. There's a remote for remote control. And I find that remote, and I'm like, I just came in here, looked through this bin for 5 minutes, and found $100 worth of items with a 200+% sell-through rate. And you guys are over here trying to find pairs of jeans that are going to sit in your store for 6 months. Like, I'm like, you guys, like, I laugh at the vintage kids when I go in there. Yes, there are times that they find something amazing, but to have to dig through clothes for that long, that shit hurts my arms. I can't do it for that long.
To tell you the truth, they already, specifically, if you're talking about like specifically vintage kids guys referred to, it's not just kids. There are some generational people in there that look for vintage clothing. We just call them vintage kids because most of them are in their early 20s, and they mostly like to go pick through clothing and find vintage jerseys or t-shirts. And there's a big whatnotter. I call him, like you say, big YouTuber. There's a big whatnotter here in Cleveland area that goes to the Goodwill bins all the time, almost every day, and he does whatnot. And actually, if you guys want to follow him, I'll put the link in chat. Vintage General, I think. I'll check and put it in the chat if you want to follow him on whatnot. Not sponsored by him. I just talk to him all the time and in the bins. And they do go through, they're already professional in that. They kind of go through clothing very fast, try to pick out certain things. They just see it. And just, Lisa and Anthony, when what happens is, what I've noticed, they usually, which is normal thing to do, I think what they usually do is they just grab bunch of what they kind of think those are t-shirts, and they just grab them. They don't look at them. Did you notice that, guys, when you were here?
Or they grab them out of Alyssa's hands.
Yeah, we had quite the experience with those delightful little children. And they look like freaking fetuses to us. So,
they're in early 20s. They're like in between like 22, 25. But
I think they were skipping 8th grade. They were skipping school is what was happening.
But it is their thing. That's what they actually specialize in mostly, is that it's, I think, in every state, in every city, each state and city have their own vintage kids or people who go look for vintage clothing, which is, I am also doing that all the time. It's just if some of them have girlfriends, some of them have wives come with them, and it's easier when there are two people coming in, when you go for hard goods and your wife will go for clothing. But when there is like one person, like if I go by myself, I cannot, tear myself apart and go like for hard goods and then clothing, run around. So I go for hard goods because I like it more. And then if they just bring clothing bins only, then I go to clothing because they didn't bring out hard goods. So that's basically. But usually the best practice at Goodwill bins, if you bring your wife or you bring your kids with you, that's like you're gonna have advantage, because like if there are 3 or 4 people from the family coming in, they have much more advantage in the bins compared to just one person. So there you have it, guys. Just wanted to say that.
I think it's funny though, like, once you start reselling is when you can, like, it just becomes a sixth sense of being able to spot other resellers. So like, like when I go to the thrift store, I go to the bins, you can tell the people who are looking for stuff for themselves, and then you can tell the people who are looking for stuff to resell. But I always find it funny when I go through, especially at the bins, if I go through a bin that has already been picked through by 2 or 3 other resellers, and then I find, a $60, $70 item that they left there. I just think it's interesting seeing what we all pick up that's different, because I'm like, you guys completely missed on this. If you're selling this stuff on eBay or whatever, like, I don't know why you picked up you picked, I don't know why you picked that up and you left this here. I'm like, good luck to you selling that thing sitting in your store for too long.
Right. Let me say hello to Flipping for Laughs. Chris, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. He said, I love Anthony's videos. Romans aren't bad either. Mine are the worst in history, like my life. Except
No, mine suck.
maybe Urethra is right. My cooking videos may be a little bit better, guys. But I'll post another one. Urethra, if you're still here, just for you, I'll try to post one by tomorrow, maybe Monday. Another one from New Year's Eve. So hopefully I'll do that. And let's Georgia Picker in the house, Brandon, also good YouTuber. The storage units, guys. Brandon has been mostly doing storage units, as you know, and bins in Georgia. That's why he's Georgia Picker. Just wanted to mention that. So I put, like I always do, guys, I put everyone's channels in the chat to subscribe if you haven't done so. And please subscribe to everyone if you haven't done so. Hit the like button. Watch a couple of their videos at least. Hit the bell. I'm trying to watch at least some videos from the channels that I'm subscribed to recently or been before. At least some. I usually come over and watch. It doesn't mean that I mean, I don't leave comments many times, but if I do leave comments, those are very big comments, guys. You're gonna notice my comments, guys. They usually take up about half of the page. But a lot of the times I don't. But I watch you guys. I watch you. I'm watching you. But let me see. Let me see.
A little bit better, Shane.
So in terms of, I know Anthony, you live. Do you live in Philadelphia suburbs, close to downtown, or you live in like closer to like New Jersey state line or New York?
So I live in Northeast Philadelphia, so we're right on the border of New Jersey. So it's like 15-20 minute drive or so to cross over into Jersey. And then on my son and my ex-wife live in the suburbs, so when I take him to school on Thursdays and Fridays, I do all my picking out in the suburbs surrounding Philadelphia.
So you go usually during the summertime. You usually, what do you like? Do you like to go to garage sales in the summertime?
Okay, so I actually have kind of like a ranking system for this. Is I like thrifting the most because it feels like the least amount of pressure. Then I would say I like going to the bins, which I consider a different type of thrifting. Then I like yard sales, estate sales. And then my least favorite way of picking is actually what a lot of people do enjoy. I don't like going to flea markets. I just it feels like too much pressure most of the time. Especially like you've probably never experienced what a flea market here is like, but it's always, it feels like people just trying to rip you off the entire time. So like, a lot of people are always trying to get, more money than something you could sell it for on eBay. And I hate haggling. Like,
oh, that's fun.
I do haggle a lot, man.
I don't
Believe
haggle.
me. That's what people, when they see YouTube videos from YouTubers, they kind of put in some negative comments. Why you like haggle about $5 when just pay the guy $5? I usually don't do that. I will haggle up. I usually say like, would you take $2? I usually don't do $5, right away.
And it's great video content, so people can tear you apart.
No, see, my whole theory is if you have an asinine price in your head of what you want for your items, I'm not going to argue with you. You be great and you sell them to nobody.
Exactly. Let me say hello to funny jokester, silver hair stacker, Todd Larry Todd in the house, guys, and his desk. There are three people usually.
real quick, Keith. Yeah, I know that you said you do Columbus. I would love to actually, if I can, just let me know if I can reach out to you on Instagram. I would love to get together and I do enjoy going out and picking more with other people. Like it's that's why I have such a fun time when me and J Philly Retro go out together. Um, but yeah, like there's definitely categories I would like to learn. I don't like going to flea markets by myself. But Keith, if you ever want to get together, I would totally come down to Columbus and do that flea market together.
Actually, talking about keys, Anthony, I forgot about it. There are a bunch of resellers in Philadelphia area near you. There's even a couple famous ones in Delaware and around New Jersey,
Oh.
New York. So you're close to a lot of resellers, YouTubers over there. So Keys has actually got really good knowledge on sports, memorabilia and sports stuff, which I told Keys in their live, actually, guys. Keys does lives on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time or 7, I think, every Wednesday with Andy. As you know, guys, Keys is Philadelphia Eagles fan, and Andy is Detroit Lions fan, and I'm Cleveland Browns fan. So we always kind of get together on their live. I'm in the chat usually. But Keys, Anthony, has very good knowledge in sports, memorabilia, and stuff associated with sports, which I actually like because sports is something I love a lot. It doesn't matter what type: baseball, football, soccer, basketball. So I watch everything and I have knowledge in it. Not as great as Keys in terms of, especially in baseball, but after watching Keys videos, that's if I ever niche down to something, most likely gonna be sports stuff and sports in terms of jerseys, hats. I like that stuff. That's my favorite stuff. If I find it, that's my favorite stuff to actually look for.
I feel a little bit guilty from our binge trip, Roman. You gave me a really good item that uh you shouldn't have given me, to be honest with you. You gave me that Cleveland Browns hat.
It's okay, man. I found another one today.
Well, good.
I gave you the
So-
X-Files one. So.
You
Man,
gave me the
don't feel
X-Files
bad,
one.
man. Don't feel bad. I usually what happens is I'm not one of those resellers, and people in the bins, even other resellers, know it. Sometimes they will look for clothing that, like, if I find something, sometimes I'll give it to even to the vintage kids. I gave them some pullover like hoodies to do on their whatnot because they do. There's one of them that does whatnot only. He doesn't sell on eBay, so he does
Okay.
whatnot. So when I find something that I kind of look up, of course, if it's not worth like $10 million, then I'll give it to them. And it's normal because they will come out and help you eventually. Like if they find something and they know what I'm looking for, so they will come back and if they find something, they'll just come over and give it to me. So it's like you develop this kind of relationship, which is normal because the beans will not go anywhere. It will hopefully it's always gonna stay in that place for like many years, hopefully. And if you go almost every other day, there is always possibility that you're gonna find something good anyway. So that's why, like it's kind of when you find something, every time you want to keep it, like even if it's something like low dollar amount or something else with clothing related that I don't like. So like sometimes I'll give it to them and then they will find something, give it to me. So see, that's kind of normal relationship in a way.
Well, yeah, I got so much great stuff from Lissa's picks. Lissa had some stuff that she doesn't like to sell that she allowed me to buy from her, and I really appreciated that because
the emptying in my house.
the emptying of your house.
I was throwing stuff at him, guys. I'm like, hey, there's a car. It's still got space. Here, Anthony, take this. Hey, I've got something else. Take this. That's how you do it, guys. Share.
But you had, I mean, we had great time, guys. We actually, and I really appreciate Anthony that you went to pick up Lisa from Kenton. It's about it's an hour away, guys, from Cleveland. So Anthony actually drove here, then went to pick up Lisa in Kenton. So he drove 1 more hour to pick her up, and then
I think I did like 2,000 miles worth of driving. I think so it was 500, close to 500 miles up, 500 miles back, and I was there for 4 days.
That was
So yeah, I had to do at least like 1,500 miles worth of driving. My car is effed, by the way, now after getting back. Like, I have to take it to the mechanic. Like, it's...
Well, you
Man,
need to
there's a-
sell more to get that heater working. You
You
cannot live in.
don't, Anthony, you don't need a heater, man. Just start the fire inside the car, man. You'll be okay. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it at home, guys. We got Duncan VR in the house, joking around. Is Roman from Romania? Duncan, actually, I'm not. The country is kind of named in my name in a way, like Italy. There are a lot of countries, guys, named in my name for some reason. I don't know why it is. I guess Romans actually conquered the entire Europe. So that's why, except England probably, or Scotland, or all those other countries. But everywhere you look at, there is always some kind of association with my name. So I'm sorry, Duncan, but Romania is actually a great country, Duncan, if you haven't been there. Romania is very nice. I mean, it's very like there are a bunch of beautiful buildings in there. It's an old country. So Dracula is from there also. Count Dracula.
Marie, my car is a 2013 Dodge Challenger.
It is
Okay,
sweet.
now we know. Guys, if someone wants to buy Anthony a new car, you're welcome.
Yes, please.
He
Hey,
will
you
We'll
know,
pay
go to my-
trade for my 2008 Impala. We'll do that. It's more for a thrifter car.
Yeah, guys.
Well, the smart thing about having the sports car is that I can't fit too much so that I don't overbuy. Because trust me, I will clear out a bank account to buy new inventory and then list it and try to get my bank account back. So having a limited amount of space to thrift with is a godsend.
Yeah, guys, if you have some kind of, like I said, with Treasure Scavengers, Amber and Mike, if you guys have some kind of auction on YouTube or whatnot coming up, please put the links in the chat. If you're not if you don't have a hammer or a tool to use,
Hammer.
let us know, and Lisa will let me know. I'll give you a hammer and scissors or what other pliers. We'll give you all the instruments, Craftsman, Stanley, all the old ones. But
Those
yeah,
have great resale value. We're not giving them away.
guys, let us know. We got Prickly Pear in the house, 27. Welcome, new name. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, like I said, if you're just coming in the beginning, we got special guests. We got two of them today. Lisa was dressed as a chicken from the Goodwill Beans in Cleveland. And,
That short is on Anthony's channel.
And Anthony Dragon's Master Finds, guys. So please subscribe, help the guy out to build his channel around. You know, he needs subscribers, as we all do. You know, and actually, I wanted to congratulate Red Relics John on hitting 8,000 subscribers. I think it was in the beginning of this week or before New Year's. I think that's when it happened. So, John, if you're still in the chat, congratulations on 8,000 subs. And Shane, actually, guys, saw the City Flips. He needs watch hours on his videos. So guys, help him out, watch his videos so he can get watch hours, because he most likely gonna hit 3,000 subs very soon. And Shane does great job building his channel with the proper content, guys, not like mine, which is that's why when your channel grows, you need to be consistent with proper content, right, Anthony?
I wish I can get to consistent, man. That's still one of my 2024 goals.
And so Shane is saying we should do a combined show, you all. You all is my favorite phrase, guys. The most yeah, we can do it, Shane. You all, yeah, I always say you all now, guys. Whenever
Well,
I
it's
go
because you
anywhere.
like dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills, you all is like my favorite channel name. Actually, he haven't been in the chat for a while, but dollar bill, if you're lurking, we know that you're dollar bill, you all. And Max was saying Roman is nice. He slapped my ass when I met him. Yes, exactly, guys. Max was so nice that I had to slap him a couple times. And Max was not against it, guys. So he's like, he's like, I'm not into this kind of thing, but if you like slapping my ass, you can do it. But for a certain amount of money, guys. So Max is like an entrepreneur. So he said, if you want to slap my ass, it's gonna be $100 per slap. So I just, guys, didn't have that much money, so I told Max I need to go to the ATM
I'm
the
sorry.
18
I'm just going to hear that phrase like too much now.
And
Slap
his girlfriend
That's-
Angie didn't like that guy. She said she didn't like me slapping her man around.
That's got to
desk.
be a
So it
clip,
was
right?
not-
You're going to cut that and make that an actual a short, right? That
Actually, the thing is, Max was not recording that particular episode. Like we
no,
kind
no,
of
no. Just you saying, just the clip of this. You saying, if you want to slap my ass.
Oh, I'm going to get on it. All right. Oh,
yeah.
no,
Listen,
that
you
sounds
can
good.
put out a short on your channel about me slapping Max's ass because he was okay. He was okay with it, guys, but he wanted some money. Said he doesn't make enough money on YouTube making his videos or from reselling. So he
Anyone
said,
else got that
"You
visual going
can
on?
slap my ass for money."
Hey, if we're
Okay.
doing things for money, how about everybody do a vote and peer pressure Roman into wearing the chicken outfit? Come on, guys. Get Roman.
Chicken outfit is so expensive that nobody wanted it at the Goodwill Beans. Even the vintage kids just decided not to get that chicken outfit. They probably were afraid of it. so, Anthony, in terms of like, whenever you like decided that did you do any like how long ago did you start actually sourcing? When did you start doing that kind of stuff while you were working at your full-time job, or you started right after you decided?
No, yeah. So I started beforehand. Probably. So I'm sorry. So I got into the car accident. The money started running out from the short-term disability and the payout from the accident, and then I needed still to have a way to start having some income while I was waiting to go back to work. That's when I started. So probably March, April. I think I started in around April. April last year is when I started sourcing and trying to sell stuff on eBay.
So basically, eventually you just already you like that kind of stuff because if you don't like something, you're not gonna get into it. So you were probably already kind of trying to find things to resell, and you're mostly doing eBay because we talked about it when you were in Cleveland, and you
Yeah,
don't.
I don't like other platforms. I am on because I never use it. I am on Macari. I cross list a little bit on Macari. I've literally never gotten a sale on Macari. I don't like Poshmark because I think it's all clothing for the most part, and I hate clothing. Don't get me wrong, I still buy clothing because we're resellers and we have to buy shit that will sell. But like my last trip yesterday, I went to a Salvation Army near me and bought nothing but clothing. Now, thankfully, it's all bread and butter stuff, and I got it really cheap. But God, do I hate looking through it? Like I can't stand it.
Yeah, the clothing. I actually do list on different Mercari, Poshmark, and actually had a sale today on Poshmark. So most of the time, like I've noticed on Poshmark, I mean, it's recently I've been selling some like collectible stuff on Poshmark, bobbleheads. Yeah, some bobbleheads, especially Cleveland Indians, which was kind of interesting to that sold on Poshmark. That's why, like, you never know. That's why I cross post everything.
Do you pay for a listing service to cross post, or do you do
No,
it
I
all
use
yourself?
Flip. I use Flip, which is free service. I mean, I have nothing against people who use Vendu or resell. What is the other one? I
Oh
always
God.
forget. I always forget the names. I know Vendu for sure because it's easy to remember. List perfectly.
List perfectly. Yeah.
So list perfectly or Vendu, someone who I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, guys, and you have certain amount of inventory that you will, I mean, that you can pay monthly fees, and it's profitable enough for you to do that, and that's actually good. In my opinion, that's good for each individual and their store or their business model. So for me, it's like Flip is working fine and I didn't have any issues with it. So
It doesn't now. Flip doesn't auto delist for you, correct?
it does actually right now, and
Does
I
it now?
actually
Okay.
it start. I mean, Amber Treasure Scavengers actually on her live said when we were in her live she was talking about it, and I actually didn't know that Flip had a delisting, automatic delist, but it does. So that's actually helpful now, because if you want to, and it's free. And as you guys know, whoever is using Flip, it's free. You don't have to pay any monthly fees as of right now. Maybe
Yeah,
they're gonna change. You never know how it is.
yeah,
Like,
I didn't want to end up like ADH Dave and having to cancel 18 sales and almost getting banned from Macari.
I had this happen too. Was like Dave actually had. I had even with my proper, I tried to kind of like remove. I just forgot a couple times to remove certain things from Mercari, and I sold them on eBay, and then I found that I don't have them anymore. So I got two. I think it was like three sales on Mercari that I had to cancel, and they sent me warning that if I cancel one more time, they're gonna delist all the inventory from there. I mean, they
Yeah,
will put it. They will not delist it. They'll put it on a hold or something.
yeah, I actually made a
So
mistake. I actually made a mistake. I have to cancel somebody's order on eBay, and I hate doing
Oh,
that.
that sucks.
Yeah, it's I sold a remote for $8, and I, for the life of me, went through every single one of my inventory. I forgot to put it in my custom SKU, and I can't find the damn thing anywhere. And I'm like, I can't go through all these bins 20 times to try to find this thing for $8. So they're
Well,
gonna
you
get
and
a
can
Anthony,
refund.
you
actually,
better
Anthony,
watch
what I would do,
natives.
Anthony, what I would do, you can drop ship it if you want to. I mean, you're gonna lose money, most likely. You're gonna be in a negative profit unless you find one that will be cheaper than what you sold it for, and drop ship it from another seller from eBay. But I've done it before. But it's like, um, unless it's a cheap item,
Yeah,
so you don't want to create issues for your account, because like even with that cheap sale, and if you cancel it this way, even if you apologize, you can apologize to the buyer, and if the buyer is understandable, more most in my opinion, there are many more buyers that are more understandable in that situation compared to the ones that are not. So if you apologize professionally, properly, I've done it before. Uh, the buyer will understand, and they will. You can cancel it. Just don't cancel with the reasons that buyer agreed to cancel. There is like
yeah, I know. Yeah,
another reason, like
it's funny. I've seen people do that, like, and talk about it on YouTube. I'm like, dude, you've really got to message the buyer before you decide to make that decision. You can't.
man,
Nobody.
yeah, you need to be very professional, because even with that particular cheap item, that's when you get more issues
Mhm.
with buyers. Because I mean, for some reason, it is truthful. You're gonna have negative feedback, which you will not be able to remove.
Oh,
And
speaking of negative feedback, Lissa, I sent it to you? I think, right? The buyer. I know I sent it. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
yeah, the weird, yeah, the weirdo.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell
So
everybody.
so so get this one. I get a whatever the guy's username. Obviously, you're not allowed to throw that out. But
No, give yourself
his name was on the account was Brett, and he leaves me a negative feedback and says, "You sent this to Brett, not to me. I'm not Brett." And then I go through my sale and go through the the completed sale post, and I'm like, it says here, ship to Brett. Like, I don't understand what you're leaving me a negative feedback about. This is your account. In fact, your username is the initials for your whole name. So I'm like, people on eBay can just be a little ridiculous. Like,
well,
I do not like that aspect.
man, that's the nature of it, and I was talking about it in previous slides. So eBay is like they are more for always going to be more for the buyers. They're not going to change. Amazon is even more for the buyers, and on Amazon, if you screw around, Amazon is very strict. They will just throw you out of the platform. They're much faster at it than eBay does it, even though eBay already kind of also on the same, not on, of course, same level as Amazon in terms of the sales and stuff like that, but in terms of policies, in terms of buyers, they are always going to be behind their buyers. They care less about sellers. That's going to be most likely always like that. And whenever you have issue like that, when there is like in my opinion, Anthony, there are more understandable buyers compared to non-understandable in a situation like that.
I get them all in a giant cluster. Is what happens. Is I get all the unreasonable buyers all at one time.
It's in threes.
Yep.
That's a
Usually it
real
comes, yeah,
freaking
like that.
sin. I don't know why.
Let me say hello to Simply Shenanigans, Shanna in the house. Shanna, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, appreciate everyone stopping by today, saying hello to us, enjoying us on this live on a beautiful Saturday night in Cleveland with heavy snow outside and winter in the full blast. Let me say hello to Harry Hamstone in the house also. And I'll be putting links in the chat for everyone's channel, guys. If you have the channel that you wanted to advertise, let us know, and I'll give you a wrench, hammer, pliers. You can put your channel in the chat, no problem
Well, one
with
of
our
us
live.
can drop it.
Or
Oh,
you,
I can do
the only-
that.
Oh,
Damn.
I don't mind I don't mind calling people out directly either, Shane. The only reason I'm not doing it right now is because they have one of those BS usernames, like whatever Brett. It was Brett, whatever his last name. So BH, dot R9.GHX. I'm like, so like if he had like an actual username that I could remember off the top of my head, for sure I would say it. And plus, I do that on Instagram too. Like I don't blur anything out when I call people out on Instagram most of the time.
it's okay, man. I mean, the thing about it, you know, in my from my kind of experience, and what I would advise in those situations is always to resolve issues not in any YouTube chats or lives or comments on someone's channel. If you have an issue with someone, it doesn't matter who it is. You can reach them out on Instagram,
Yep.
and directly resolve the issues. Privately. I don't think it's a good practice to spill out all types of crap in someone's lives. It's disrespectful to other people. So if you like if someone has a beef with me, I mean, they can reach out to me on Instagram like normal people, and we can talk about it, and or someone else. So it's like normal. It's not, we're not in a kindergarten, guys, or like middle school or elementary. Some of us are older than close to being like grandparents.
Yeah, some
Don't
of the
push that.
some of this behind the scenes work, like now that I'm getting into it more and more, you do see that it's very there's some high school elements doing this.
There's gonna be people with high school elements all their lives, Anthony. Unfortunately, it's not just in reselling; it's all over the place. There are people like that gonna be always around. With like,
It definitely is completely outweighed though. Like the amount of great people far outweighs the amount of BS that we most of us, hopefully most of us have to deal with.
Yeah, but it's human nature to focus on the
To
bad,
focus on the
not really
negative.
see the good. And some days you've really gotta fight yourself to go, yeah, the good outweighs, the good outweighs.
Good outweigh.
Sometimes, yeah, of course, if that's gonna be something important to always remember, that there is gonna be negativity in a lot of things, and as long as you are like true to yourself and you know what you're doing and stuff like that, there is nobody gonna divert you from your goal. So you're gonna be, as long as you concentrate on your own goals and stuff like that, and just not concentrate on the negativity around something, you're gonna be okay, man. Believe me. It's hopefully, you'll be all right. So,
But yeah, so it's like for me, it's funny because focusing a lot more on it, and yeah, I still watch bigger YouTube channels and stuff like that. But like I like focusing on this, like the group of people that are in here in this chat are the people that I like to focus on. So like I like watching smaller channels. I don't watch television at all anymore. Like I will watch a movie here and there, or like rewatch a series that I used to watch. But I spend all of my watch time is watching everybody here in the chat, basically watching all of your YouTube channels.
and we appreciate it. That's the thing. I can tell you, people will decide, of course, who they like to watch. I mean, and they will watch it anyways. You cannot, like I said before many times, and support someone, send super chats, send tips on whatnot. it's each person's own, like, their own things that they want to do to help someone out. So it's nobody's forcing anyone about it. As you know,
Roman in the description put all of my social media and everything. He forgot to put my PayPal. If you all just want to send me money,
guys, if
Buy
actually,
me a coffee.
Anthony, actually, that was kind of discussion with me and Lisa. We actually, I kind of was thinking about putting in, buy me something, like, not
Buy
coffee,
me a
like,
coffee.
buy me a coffee. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. But I was kind of always, Lisa wanted it, and I'm not still wanting it for some reason. So it's like, it's kind of tough for me, man. It's like, I don't know, my mentality always pulls me back on that, like, in some weird way.
It's a pride thing.
It's a weird way for me, it's like, it's hard to explain even, guys. It's like,
See, I don't have that. I'm a sellout. Like
difficult, it's
I'm
difficult.
still out. I have no shame.
I mean, if we eventually gonna get the hours that my channel needs to get monetized, and someone will send super chat, I will really appreciate it, guys. I mean,
I'm a sellout.
that's not a problem, but it's like difficult for me to do that. Even some people, I mean, a lot of YouTubers, which is, I think, in my opinion, is a great thing to do, is YouTubers doing memberships on their channels, because they do create content. It takes time, so it is kind of good for them to do that, in my opinion, because they will get money from it, at least for doing that. And some bigger channels, as you know, they will get more money because they get more views anyway.
Yeah.
But they are consistent, and they are kind of, YouTube pushes them out. It's kind of, it is how it is. It's difficult to predict. I mean, someday maybe I'll make a video and it will be pushed out and become, will go viral. Who knows? So hopefully.
So
Ass slapping.
Yeah.
An ass slapping.
Ass slapping video, guys.
That's how you're going viral, Roman. Ass slapping at the bins.
Or I will go tomorrow and fight someone for those Valentine Day pink tumblers, guys, in Target.
Those are all gone, man.
They're sold out, guys. Unfortunately, guys, the pink tumblers, if you have a wife or girlfriend and you want to get the tumbler, guys, I can say we're really sorry, guys. You're not gonna find them unless you go on eBay.
I've got McDonald's cups, man, spray painted. It's a cup.
They are selling for $240. I just checked them the other day.
And their money will soon be parted is the definition of our business.
You know what's funny, Anthony, is that eBay actually will start pulling down those listings. I think what will happen, because I had this kind of thing happen in the past. I think maybe 7 years ago or 8 years ago, me and my friend, we bought a bunch of Nintendo Wii consoles at, I don't remember, it was Walmart or Target, and they were selling on eBay at the time. It was similar to that situation as with those tumblers. They were selling for like $900, and we would buy them for like maybe 200 something, and they would sell close to $1,000. So we were like starting to put them on eBay, and then eBay blocked the listings. There was like apparently, it's like it was similar to price gouging situation, and I know most likely it's not gonna be that way with certain sellers. There are gonna be sellers that will be able to sell them for $300 or even more. Most likely, some crazy people will pay up who have a lot of money, who are crazy enough to pay up for a freaking tumbler that is worth.
I got gold. I can't get that kind of
$300 for a tumbler. That has to be. That's like one of those crazy things that happens. Unfortunately, people just go crazy. It's like all those.
It's like the Funko Pop guys, the guys that flip exclusive Funko Pops. Like, oh my god, those.
But it is what it is, guys. It's like a good. And a lot of YouTube content creators can use that thing right now with those tumblers for their thumbnails, guys. If you would like to, most likely they will not get pulled by YouTube. I mean, because it's kind of crazy right now what's happening on TikTok with those tumblers. It's just crazy how people responded, how people were waiting in line and sleeping overnight in tents. And I've seen it here in Cleveland, how people were lined up the night before to get. I didn't even know it was for the tumblers. I was like surprised. I was like, what the hell? Why are people waiting for the freaking tumblers? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So that's how the society, guys, right now is just crazy. It's just you can
Just
put
now.
out. I mean, it's just right now.
I
It's
don't know where
more.
you've been for the past 3.5 years.
It's just crazy how it's gotten even worse with those things. I mean, the promotions, the collaborations of certain limited edition things that just drives people crazy. People just go nuts, and it's probably not gonna get better, guys, in the future, in my
Oh,
opinion.
don't get me wrong. If I would have known about it happening, I would have been at Target that morning buying as many as I could get my
Man,
hands on.
you should have seen how people today. I went into Target because that's when after that, I went to eat in our local Bob Evans chain. I actually made a short about it. And I was laughing how every person in that Target, they were looking for those tumblers. Man, there are people running around looking for the tumblers in every department in the store. In Starbucks, because they have Starbucks inside, there were people asking about them. It's just crazy, man. But I can understand that people, there is this craziness right now where person just buys it for 40, whatever, 49 or 45, and they can sell it on eBay for 300.
That's
So
my
it's a big,
internet.
big ass profit right there.
That
you
is a
can
big ass profit.
you can actually become like a millionaire instantly if you calculate
You
about
hijacked the truck on the way to the Target. Yeah.
if you get the whole truck, guys, of those tumblers, you can become a millionaire overnight.
Somewhere in the ghettos of Philadelphia, there's a truck that's having things fall off it,
Let me say hello to Flipping Goodies, Mike in the house. I put Mike's channel in. They do lives with Scott and Bobby. Bobby, guys, is the president of reselling community. Long story short, guys, Bobby is the president. We should nominate Bobby for presidency of reselling community. It's very important. We got Mr. Sedi, welcome. We got Mr. Sedi in the house. If I miss someone's comments, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm way behind, as you guys know. It's normal. So, Anthony, what was your best find what was your best impression of Cleveland, the city, when you got here? Because I think I asked you when you got here and if you ever been here before, and you said no.
No, yeah, I'd never been to Ohio before. I would say I liked it a lot. Like honestly, it felt similar enough to living in Philadelphia, but also the fact that you guys have a thrift store on every single block
Told you.
was
Yeah, we
rather
got a
impressive.
lot, guys. We got a lot of thrift stores here.
And I have a lot here that I go to constantly, but I was like, it was nothing like that. Like I mean, when I was staying at the hotel and I looked for a thrift store near me, like I found the first one, which was a Savers, and I'd never been to a Savers before, which I think actually now that I'm doing it, I think Savers might be the same thing as what we have here called Second Avenue Thrift. I think it's the same company because it was a very similar feel. You know, they use the same stickers, the same everything. Um, but I just like that. Like I finished at that thrift store, and then I continued looking like thrift store near me, and it was like 0.02 miles away. I'm like, holy, it's right there. Like, and I just went down the line, just thrift store, thrift store.
Yeah, we got a lot. You actually, we talked with Anthony when he got here, where he actually stayed. He actually stayed on the west side of Cleveland in Westlake, which is
Yeah.
like a great, very good suburb actually in Cleveland, which is basically one of the suburbs on the west side of Cleveland. But I was surprised that the hotel was actually, and Anthony said that it was not a hotel; it was like a more of a
It was a
motel, right?
it was a motel. Like I was just waiting to get murdered.
It was a no-tell motel. Like they don't
Oh,
even rent
oh,
by the hour. They rent by the 15 minutes. I
yeah.
mean, no,
It,
there was
it,
nobody you could have possibly asked that lived in Ohio that knew the area and could have told you where to stay. Nobody.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, you
I went the
should.
cheap route.
It's okay actually. Next time if you
It was
visit,
a
you can stop by at East Side.
it was a happy accident though because there was this awesome toy store around the
Kevin.
corner that I found. It was a toy and comic book store, and it sucks. I do want to shout them out. I can't think of the name of it right now. But the owner was there, and I talked to him. Him and I had a great conversation. I bought some stuff that he's like I'm never gonna get around to like putting this out on the sales floor, and I don't feel like dealing with it on eBay, and I've got a ton of great video games and stuff from them for a great price. So like, I was happy I stayed where I stayed. It was a little bit daunting to go back and forth to Canton a couple times because of how far that drive was. But
you had
but
a great time. You hit
but
up
I
the
had a
Goodwill
great.
bins, and
Oh,
you
I had
went
a,
to the Goodwill, and
oh no. Canton was great. I'm saying the drive from Westlake to Canton,
that's your own fault.
definitely a mistake. That was definitely my fault. But no, overall I really liked Cleveland. And I would
Thanks,
like to
man.
see
Appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
would I would like to see that other side, closer out to where like Wick and stuff is, because you see the crazy stuff he finds in his Goodwills and stuff. God,
Yeah, because he is actually, I think he is located near Pro Picker, Dustin. They're, I think, in the same area. They're in Dayton, which is actually near Columbus. And between, so the way the Dayton is between Cincinnati and Columbus. So
Okay.
it's like in between them, closer to Indiana. So it's like if I drive from Cleveland to Dayton, it's gonna be same distance from me as almost going to Cincinnati. So
Okay.
it's like gonna be close to 2.5 hours of driving to Dayton, which is not big of a deal for me. I drive a lot, so like
Right.
I will most likely go because I actually most likely will go to Ken's Escape Promo Goodwill Bin store in Marion soon. So, but I'll let them know if Ken is
Roman,
working.
me and Lissa are calling you out though. You have to go to that Goodwill bins near Lissa. That store was pretty freaking amazing, and we got there right before closing.
Yeah,
I
they
will
stopped
go. I
bringing
have
stuff out
to.
at 5, and we were there at like 6:30, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made a little clip so people can see that on my channel, a little short. That place is tremendously huge. The bins are full. They're so full.
Oh,
I mean,
they were overflowing. Yeah.
and I talked to regulars in there, and there's one that she would travel around the country, and she says she really loved that one the best. She comes down from Akron, even though they have one, because this one in Canton, I probably shouldn't, if I cared about the bins, I probably shouldn't be advertising, but she said it's the best quality stuff. The people are the nicest. Nobody fights, which I guess that's a big thing unless you want video content. But it was amazing. I mean, Anthony, we found tons of stuff, and they hadn't put anything out for an hour and a half. I mean, it's unbelievable, people. And you can spend all day in there and not even get maybe halfway through. It's phenomenal. Look at my little short and get an idea of this. I mean, I've seen other bins, but dang. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
done.
Shane is saying that I'm sure my Jeep will make it to Cleveland. I'm hoping it makes it to Orlando in 2 weeks. Yeah, Shane, it depends on the mileage, man. Most likely it will. Believe me, I've driven cars over 200,000 miles. So that's normal for me to drive the cars like that and get them fixed up. So you don't have to buy another car. So that's kind of how I am. But some people are more maybe different. They buy new cars right away and like to drive new cars and stuff like that. In my opinion, car is like from my like my own opinion, it's a car that you need to drive around for like work and stuff like that. It's not something like for the for pleasure or for like entertainment. I mean, as long as the car drives and it's working, I will drive that car. So unless it's some kind of very loud car.
Roman's being humble. He picked us up in a Rolls Royce. So
Guys, I picked them up in a Bentley. I picked up Anthony and Lisa, and we drove to the bad neighborhood in Cleveland. And Anthony
We
told me
went through the hood for sure.
it was not a good neighborhood, guys. But that story is.
You guys have hood light, okay? Like that. That was
True,
nothing.
Philly boy.
That was
Philly boy
nothing, man.
knows. Yes.
You can tell right away how the suburbs in Cleveland change when you drive into really good neighborhood, and then you drive into like really bad neighborhood. You will see the change right away. It like changes instantly. But in Cleveland, it is how it is in terms of, I think in Philadelphia also, or some like other bigger cities. I mean, whenever you drive to certain areas, there's gonna be really good neighborhoods which are really high end, and then you drive maybe like 10 minutes away, you will drive into a bad neighborhood. So
Yeah, so in Philly, it's very much so. Every suburb is directly next to a ghetto. It's really interesting out here. Like, there's no other way to say it. It's just true. Like,
and yeah, you guys got the most famous one over there, Kensington, I think,
yes,
is like tops in the United States, unfortunately. But yeah, in Cleveland we got some really. I mean, it's not as big as Kensington, but similar type of suburbs, you know. And Anissa is saying, if you guys do something in Cleveland, I'm coming. Yeah, Anissa, actually we have a reseller. Lisa and Anthony met him, the Russian reseller that I've shown you guys in the
yeah,
Yeah,
beginning.
he was very nice,
He's
He's
very
from
nice.
sitting
Ukraine.
quietly in the corner, waiting to pounce.
And he is from Erie. So he's actually from Anissa's area. So Anissa, you have a Russian, he's from Ukraine actually. His name is Alex. He's not on YouTube, but he is a good reseller. He is coming from Erie almost every week. He's coming to our Goodwill Bins. So
That was that drive.
he drives hour and a half, guys, to drive from Erie, PA to Cleveland to go to the Goodwill Bins because he sometimes he drives to Pittsburgh, which is basically he said 2 hours. So from Erie to for him to go, I mean maybe hour and a half, but he drives either to Pittsburgh Bins or he will drive to I mean to Cleveland ones, uh, Cleveland Goodwill Bins. But it takes him hour and a half. So some people who like to go to Goodwill Bins, they will drive distance to get there, you know, and they will stay all day because when he comes to our Goodwill Bins, he stays from like early morning until the last rotation, so almost like 5 p.m. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I can't stay in a bins that long. I
I
can
do
do
actually,
I
I
can.
do sometimes if I bring food, and I usually don't.
Well,
And
you saw me. I had to go buy those expensive ass snacks at the cash register because I was dying by the time you wanted to leave.
man, that's actually one time without the food, it's gonna be difficult. You need to either bring your own lunch. It's basically like you're going to work. You bring your own lunch. You can go on a break. You can eat lunch in the car, come back, do another break. So it's like, but a lot of those vintage kids you guys seen, they actually there from the morning, and they are there until almost the last rotation. So they're there until almost 5. So they sometimes will come in at 8 in the morning and they will leave around 5.
I'm telling you, they're skipping school. I am standing by that.
No, they're
The kids at my bins, like, you know that they're skipping either high school classes or college classes to be there when I see them. Like, you could just
I,
tell. I'm like, you kids are young.
yeah, but I mean, they usually, like I said, in terms of they pick up a lot of clothing, a lot of stuff, and I've seen what they actually get. I talk to them. I mean, not a lot of that clothing is really like something that you will really sell on eBay, but most of it is, in my opinion, is for Whatnot, and that's one of them does Whatnot, and if they like if you get like different brands of clothing that you move fast on Whatnot, even starting some of the items at $1 on Whatnot, they're still gonna make money because they're paying.
Yeah, you got it.
They're paying
You got it for $1. So
yeah,
if it
they
sells for 2,
even less, like it on a like $1.79 a pound.
yeah,
So it's like it's gonna be around maybe 50 cents per clothing item, even less on some t-shirts. So like I mean, you're still not gonna lose, but you're gonna move inventory fast. So that's why they're in their mind, it is actually best practice, and I agree with that in some way. Of course, you're not getting a lot of money, but you're actually moving inventory faster
yeah.
because you're basically putting it on Whatnot, showing it off. It's gonna sell in like 15 seconds or whatever the auction time is, and people will bid. But they do have large following. I said about it before. One of them has over 10,000 followers on Whatnot, so it's like large following. It's not like me with 100 followers or
Yeah,
like people who have no following. But I
so
mean,
that's my theory behind not wanting to do it. Is I don't want to grind out followers on Whatnot. I would like to get my channel to, the hell, even if I can get my YouTube channel to the 1,000 subscriber count, like, I might then consider doing Whatnot, because I can probably still get some people to come over from YouTube. But starting from 0, like, I did that before when I used to do Twitch, and I think I've gone live on Twitch maybe 10 times, and I just hated it. I hated talking to myself, essentially, like having to come up with things to talk about when there's nobody in the room to talk to. I can't go through that again. On my anxiety, that's when my anxiety would spike if I was doing whatnot.
Yeah, that's not for man. That's not for everyone. I'll be able to possibly do it because my personality actually will allow me to do it. I just don't have an inventory that I want to. Right now, I don't, and I'm not picking up closing a lot. I do if I find something which I consider that will bring some profit on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari that I cross list. I mean, it's not going to be fast seller. It's gonna take longer time compared to whatnot, but it's still gonna sell. Most likely, I'll make more money in terms of profit, but it's taking up space. So basically, it's kind of you're trying to clear out stuff that you instantly, basically, you're buying it one day at Goodwill Bins, and then you can do whatnot shows almost every other day, and you can clear out that stuff that you already got. So like that's basically it's up to like I said, each individual seller how they want to do it and what they're expecting to get eventually from doing whatnot consistently. And some of them can do really good if they do it consistently, like every week, maybe 3 shows a week. If you do it, maybe you'll make decent amount. So we'll see. Let me say hello to Big Bro. Big Bro Auctions in the house. Greetings and salutations. Guys, Big Bro will be live tomorrow on his channel at
5 p.m. Eastern.
5 p.m. Eastern time. Please visit his channel, guys. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and come over to his live tomorrow. Help him out. Usually he gets 5 to maybe 4 to 7, sometimes more people, but it will be nice if you guys can support him. He's a great guy, and come over and support him. It's great if you can do
Just
that.
to hang out and list, have
So
somebody.
stop by, say hello to Big Bro, guys. We got Mikey Bags of Money in the house. Mikey, welcome to the live. Appreciate you stopping by. And like I said, I've been putting channels into the chat, guys. Appreciate you all. If you're just stopping in, appreciate it. We got Dragon Master finds Anthony in the house, and Anthony got a startup YouTube channel. He's working on it. Got good content coming out in the future, guys. So please subscribe. And Anthony appreciates it for sure, right, Anthony?
Oh yes, I definitely appreciate it. I am like I said, I am a complete sellout. I will if somebody wants to sponsor me for a bunch of crap that I don't use, I will surely tell people that I enjoy your products, and also I will chase as much clout as I possibly can get.
It's very important, Anthony, to chase clouds, man.
Chase clout.
Man, cloud chasing, Anthony, believe me, it's very
Speaking
good.
of that, where's Biscuit Butt?
Especially in dating. Anthony, if you start dating, man, just cloud chase when you date. When you start dating,
That's not what he's chasing then.
We got Desiree in the house. Beautiful Desiree, good, great, fabulous in the house from Las Vegas. One of the, beautiful cities. Mikey Bags of Money also, guys. From Las Vegas, Nevada, guys. As the home of the Super Bowl. Lisa, if Cleveland Browns somehow will make it to Super Bowl, it's gonna be in Las Vegas.
The videos you'll be putting out.
Man, I don't know what to do.
Nothing will make Roman more happy.
It's gonna be expensive to go there. We got Fartsack Jack in the house. Mike, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by, guys. Like I said, if you got anything going on with any of your channels or auctions or whatnots, put them in the chat. No problem, please. Let me know if you are not. You don't have a range. I'll give you a range so you can put it in. So, Anthony, what is the best find from Cleveland, except not but the Cleveland Browns head?
The Cleveland Browns hat was definitely up there. Oh boy. I would say, honestly, it's probably the stuff I picked up off of Lissa, because it was the video game stuff I picked up off of her, because I know that once I do get it listed, it'll sell in a week. So yeah, I mean, again, so I haven't filmed that part of me recapping what I bought, so I actually haven't looked at it since I purchased it. The only thing that sticks out to me is the video games I got from Lissa, and the Cleveland Browns hat. Now that was a good one. I mean, that was a vintage sports specialties script Cleveland Browns hat, and if that was in mint condition, that was like a $200 hat. So I think in the condition it's in, with them being close, are they in the play? I don't follow sports. I'm sorry. Are they actually
are in playoffs right
they're in
now?
the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I got to get that listed because I know I can charge a little bit of a premium, even though it's in kind of rough condition.
Man, that's great. See, I helped you out there a little bit. So next time when you come to Cleveland, if you're gonna find some kind of sports specialties or some kind of starter or some kind of new era old vintage hat, let me know, man.
It's all
I'll,
yours.
I'll give you, maybe if I find it, I'll give you another one. Let me say hello to Alex Beard, King Picker in the house. We got beautiful Lisette, New England Betty Boop in the house, Patrick Murphy in the house. I'm kind of going through right now a little bit faster, guys, as you know, with delays. And Anthony is a great guest. We got Ping G in the house. Ping, welcome. Let's see who else I missed, because I usually go look at everyone's comments that came in, and I didn't give you, support or didn't mention you. That I feel bad after that. We got Ben, Rocky Top Picker, guys. Reseller Locker Room Podcast in the house.
Yes, Mr. Dean's putting a lot out. Go
And
check him out.
Rocket Top Picker, I'll put the links actually into the chat for the podcast, guys. Also, so you can subscribe if you haven't done so. Before we Lisa, I think Jake.
He's not going live. He said he's not going live.
So Anthony, let's see if Jake is not gonna be doing the live today. If you want to stick around for one more hour, if you have time, we can talk for one more hour, and I'll also do giveaway today. It's limited on our live, guys. We're gonna do limited edition second giveaway today. I think you're gonna like maybe this one compared to the last one. Last one was also not bad. And also Mike and Amber, let me know your address so I can send you the.
I can give you their address.
Yeah, just give me the address, Lisa, so I can send them Beavis and Butthead DVD set that they won last week. We're gonna be here for one more hour, guys, if you don't mind, since Jake Yakov Benz is not going live today, and we're gonna talk with our special guest Anthony about different things for one more hour, guys. So
could mommy take a break for just a minute then?
And Lisa needs to take a break, guys. She will have to put on the chicken costume.
Do we seriously want me to put the chicken costume back on? You guys can have this guy, man. My daughter is laying. You guys, my daughter is laying on the chicken costume now.
Lisa's over here choking her chicken live on YouTube.
Guys, we got some kind of chicken making some kind of noise, guys. It's not a rooster, by the way. It's a chicken, actually. Roosters make different. Roosters don't make the type of noises, guys. Roosters know what kind of noise they need to make.
Those were the noises coming from those were the noises coming from the motel, the rooms next to me in the motel that I had to stay in.
Yeah, that actually is very interesting, because I was surprised, Lisa, that that costume was still there in the bins when we were actually there. That
it was meant to be for you.
I thought vintage kids.
Yeah, they're gonna grab a chicken costume.
I thought vintage kids would snag it, but unfortunately, guys, that was not a sport specialties chicken costume. It was a different brand, guys.
You know what's funny? I had actually learned about the whole the sports specialty thing by accident.
That sounds like an out for me.
I went to a yard sale and somebody had a Philadelphia Flyers script hat that I bought for $3. I listed it on eBay for like $110 and it sold in 40 seconds. And I was like, oh, I effed up. I should have listed this for more money.
Man, I always do that. If you're not sure about some kind of product, especially if it's something vintage or some kind of figurine or collectible or glass item or anything like that, if you cannot find it on Terapeak, if you cannot find it on WorthPoint, if you have WorthPoint, I don't.
I'm not paying for WorthPoint.
Yeah, you can ask someone in the reselling community. Most likely, a lot of people do have it that can probably help you out. I don't usually ask for the help, but it's me, guys. but I usually try to price it up high, much higher.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff I will price up so high that I can tell right away that it's gonna scare off. Not in a million, of course, not for $1 million, but I usually will price it up really high, and then I will see if there are watchers. If there are a lot of watchers, then there is definitely big interest. So that's when you can start kind of playing around with the price a little bit later on, not right away, because some of the buyers, if they're really interested in this kind of product, it's if it's rare or desirable or something, like I said, something that they want to get, they will message you, and they will actually kind of ask you for like certain price points. Sometimes they will kind of like give you their offer, and then you can try to see, like, where that price point may be at for that product, if you don't want to ask someone from reselling community, if you just want to do it on your own. But there are people that, of course, from reselling communities that can help, and they will find it for you on worst point, and of course let you know how much it sold for, like way back, maybe 10 years ago, or 50 years ago, or 100 years ago, who knows. So what else in terms of other product? I know you found the bet. Did the bet sell?
Um, the bet will sell. Again, I haven't listed anything yet. Like I said, being sick last week really threw me through a loop. So I haven't listed in 2 or 3 weeks, because the last listing I did was before coming down to visit you guys, or up to visit you guys, whatever. So, but I have a lot of inventory to list. I really should get on it. The bat was good. I found, I found that board game I had told you guys about, which was great, because when I finally got the tape off of it, it's brand new inside. So that was I forget what the hell it was called. I should go look for it. But it was a big bolo, like some kind of crazy, almost $100 board game. And I've realized recently, like, I do really well finding that type of stuff. I'm always a little weary paying too much for board games, but because I'm always afraid they're going to be missing a piece or whatever, and I'm kind of stuck with them. But I sell a lot of board games, a lot of electronics. I think electronics is probably my main focus, just because it's easy to look up and decide whether or not you want to buy it. So, checking sell-through rate on anything is, basically how I decide if I'm going to buy something.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people, like, if they're like in Philadelphia, I'm pretty sure you got. You told me there is, like, I asked you about Goodwill Bin store closest to you, and you said that actually you had one not that close, right?
Yeah, so there's 2 Goodwill Bin stores that I know of. There's one in, I think, Reading, PA, which is about an hour and 30 minutes from me. And then there's one in Souderton, which is about an hour away. So yeah, there's none actually directly where I live. There are a lot of other great thrift stores, though. There's actually one, and I won't tell people where this one is, just in case you also live in Philadelphia. But there's this really great one that I was talking with James J Philly Retro Toys about. I had bought. It has to be close to 5. I felt like J-Ride. Like I found a digital camera, some expensive, like Ray-Ban sunglasses, and a few other small electronics and the guy there is great. He just makes up a price for you on top of, like, off the top of his head. And so it was like, he was like, give me $50 for all of it. And I was like, I couldn't throw the money at him fast enough. But it was funny, because then he's like, oh, you like cameras? So he brought out some old vintage, 35 millimeter cameras. And he's like, how much are these? He's like, how much would you? So I said, how much would you like for these 2 cameras? And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how to test them properly, so I didn't really want to pick them up too bad. So I was like, I could do like $5 a piece. And he's like, no. He's like, I want it 60 for both of them. I'm like, you just sold me a $300 camera for $20, and you want to sell me these 2 $50 cameras for $60. I was like, it's all good.
Yeah, man, that's usually what kind of thing happens. I mean, like all the time
It's
sometimes.
like yard sailing. You get that a lot at yard sales.
But I mean, the thing is, that's when, in my opinion, I don't know if you agree or disagree, Anthony, with that, is that Goodwill Beans, in terms of prices, in terms of paying per pound and garage sales, are in terms of sourcing, are the best for your
Yes.
like for the profit margins, because like at Goodwill Beans you can buy a bunch of stuff and you're gonna pay, like, say for example, $40, just
Yeah.
as an example, and you will get like maybe 40, 50 things,
Yeah.
and you're basically gonna sell only one and
To
for
make that
40
money
for
back.
$40, and
Mhm.
the rest will be profit, of
So
course. But
that is my main focus when I do go to any thrift store. I won't complete the purchase if I do not find an item that will pay for the entire trip to the store. So, like if I go in and I buy 5 things from my local Goodwill, one of them has to equal the total that I purchased everything for. Otherwise, I'll just leave it behind and another reseller can come in and grab it. Like I won't pick up, those, like I won't buy, 10 books and I'm going to double my money on 10 items. I will pick up 5 items and one item will sell for the entire amount I paid, and then
right.
every other sale on top of that. That's where it gives you that wiggle room to be able to accept offers and stuff like that.
Right. Let me say hello to Bobby. Long story short, so I don't forget. Otherwise, Bobby, who is the president of reseller community, will bash me and ban me, and I'll be out, guys. Bobby has the power to completely take you out of the community. He's the only one. So let me say hello to Vintage Ivan in the house. Also, I missed Vintage Ivan, Vintage Vani, and welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. So, what was the most expensive thing you ever sold, Anthony?
Um, I sold a Power Rangers. So actually, I can. Oh, there goes my
Careful,
whole.
careful! Don't break your inventory,
There
man.
goes my whole background. I sold one of these, but it was a different version of this for $400, and that was before I was selling full time on YouTube. Um, so there's 2 versions of this toy. There's one that's silver, like this one is, and then there's a gold one for a different character. So that was probably my biggest sale ever. Was $400 from the one sale.
That is that kind of stuff actually, and you got a bunch of it in the background, so you can
Yeah.
actually sell it all, make good money if you wanted to. I don't know
If I
if you
want to, I mean, I paid up. I paid up for the collection. As Shane laughs at me for being a dumbass.
how much you
Uh,
pay.
it was a little bit harder to get that off the shelf than I thought it was going to be, but it's all good. It's all my own personal stuff, so at least I'm not reselling it currently.
How much did you pay total for it for the whole collection?
So all the Power Ranger stuff I found at that store, and we worked out a deal. I paid 1,000 for all of it,
Is that like vintage, all vintage?
all vintage. Yeah.
And is that? I don't think it's actually. It's not that. It depends, of course. It depends on the years and like what
If
type.
the thing about the reason why I didn't mind spending that kind of money was it was all complete, not missing any pieces and everything like that, which is pretty hard to find. Like some of these back here just have like little tiny accessories that go with them that always get lost when you find them at yard sales and stuff like that. But these were completely, everything was in the boxes, so I didn't mind paying up for them, especially because I was keeping them. But it's probably, if I sold them all in the condition that they're in, except for that one that just fell off the shelf, uh, it'd probably be about $2,000 worth of inventory I paid 1,000 for.
So basically, you're still making good money if you decide to sell it. But
Yeah.
eventually, like I said in the beginning, it may go up even more in price in the future. So if you ever decide, because you know, Anthony, how it is, some people like me, even me, I have collected some Funko Pops in the past that most likely, if I decide to sell them right now because they were from Toys R Us,
Hmm.
they were way back when Toys R Us was still open, and I was buying some to collect, like especially Looney Tunes and Disney characters. Those actually right now, some of them I checked, some sold comps and listing prices that sellers list them on eBay and Mercari and other platforms, and they actually some of them are went up in price since that time. But it was way back. I mean, not really long time ago, but it was when Toys R Us was still around. I think it was 5 years ago, if I remember it correctly, when Toys R Us has closed. It was maybe 6 years ago, somewhere around that age, maybe even longer. I think it's more than six, if I remember it correctly. Someone in the chat, you can put down when Toys R Us has closed. I don't remember, but you can Google it most likely and see. But I heard Toys R Us may be coming back, so who knows? You know,
They
maybe.
have them. They have the. There's a mall here, or there's a mall in New Jersey that has a Toys R Us inside of it still, and then there's inside of Macy's. There's a Toys R Us section but it's not the same as Toys R Us was when I was a kid, or even when my son was younger. My son is now 11, and he still complains about Toys R Us closing. And I'm like, you weren't even old enough to remember going. I don't
Yeah,
understand what you're
I
complaining.
mean, right now, of course, yes, that's understandable. And John actually wanted to know, Anthony, what can you do in 15 minutes at a hotel? John, for the purposes of proper behavior, if you're still here, 15 minutes actually is a long time, John. It depends on what type of activity you're referring to. Just don't me and Anthony kind of want to keep it more kind of clean in the chat and the live. We're not gonna discuss what can
That's
you
what
do in 15 minutes at all. Not in a hotel, John, in a motel maybe. You probably are thinking about motel, but 15 minutes, man, it's kind of a long time. I don't know, John. It depends if you're gonna open up a bottle of wine or champagne before the other stuff. But the 15 minutes, it's probably you can do a lot in 15 minutes.
you get a lot. You can get a lot done in 15 minutes.
Can
Or
do a
15
lot of
minutes.
stuff. You can do a lot of stuff. Even you can open a bottle of wine with some chasers.
I mean, 15 minutes. That's 14 minutes of. That's 14 minutes of foreplay, my friend.
Yeah, John, I don't know, man. It usually depends on the situation. It's like sometimes you'll need more time even if you do other activities after. But you're not paying for 15 minutes at the hotel. You're paying for like used to be. I think what was it, like an hour? You can rent a motel room, but for the truckers, I'm referring. It's like if there are any truckers, don't get offended because a couple of my friends are truck drivers, long distance. Actually, one goes from Ohio to California, so he is very knowledgeable, guys, in all the motels, truck stops, all that stuff. So he's been doing it for many years. So he can give you like educational video on how to do truck driving and what to expect. So that's a difficult job. You ever wanted to be truck driver, Anthony?
I mean, working for Frito Lay, I was a truck driver. I wasn't a tractor trailer driver. I couldn't do that. Nope.
Not yeah, trailer is different compared like to regular trucks. I also driven some trucks, but not the tractor trailer ones, because you need to actually go to school, get the commercial license, guys, as you know. So if you ever stop liking reselling, guys, you can get the truck driver license and go on long distances and live in a truck, guys, and not see your family for sometimes. My friend doesn't see his family sometimes for almost 2 weeks.
Yep.
He has to leave, drive to California, stay there, drive back. So it's a difficult job, guys. Not that easy, especially in the winter. Lisa, welcome back. We were waiting for you. We were asking Anthony how he actually made $1 million by sourcing from Goodwill Bins in Cleveland.
Wait a minute, $1 million, and I bought him chips at the petrol? Come on.
Shane,
Nobody picked up the restaurant tab.
Yeah, the restaurant tab was more expensive, guys.
For resellers.
Definitely, it was the food we ordered.
I agree with Lissa though. Our waiter was kind of rude.
Shane wrote down that might be in stock because Harry Tornado, guys, beats Josh there. I don't know. I mean, Shane. I don't know, Shane. You have to, kind of come over to him and say politely whatever he found to give it to you. So just be polite next time, so he can give you
Roman,
all the stuff that he found.
hey, you guys. Shane was saying that he wants to snuggle with you guys here and wondered about maybe dropping a link since we're all so cozy.
Yeah, Shane, if you want to cozy with us and get in touch, contact our contact our agent. Hold on, Shane. I'll put the link in the chat for you. And we're gonna run giveaway when Shane will come in, guys, as another special guest. Yes, Soda City Flips, guys. So
He's
let me.
short bus special.
He's very
Aren't we
very
all?
special guest compared to me, guys. Not so special anymore. So here you go. Shane, just for you, man. The link is in the chat. So guys, Shane Soda City Flips almost is at 3,000 subs right now, gonna join us, which we're kind of happy about. And he will ask Anthony about other finds at Goodwill Beans. So he'll be a host today, guys. So let's here's Shane, guys. Shane, welcome, man. Appreciate you stopping by, brother. Welcome from.
What's up, y'all? Welcome, Shane.
Shane looking all professional, putting us to shame.
Shane, you look so professional compared to me, man. I don't know what to do anymore. I have to quit YouTube, Instagram,
I got a
Facebook.
ring light.
How
I
you been,
forgot it
man?
was. I'm good. I forgot I was coming on the Unprofessional show, so I should have just took all this away and.
Right?
No, man, that's good. Your microphone actually works really good. I can hear you right now. Very good, man. It's
Through
like
the
Good.
beard. It's not all muffled.
there is like no echo coming from any of the sounds right now. So it's actually all clear, man. So Shane, congrats almost on you're gonna get to 3,000 subs very soon, man. Most likely
I
next
hope
week.
so. I'm getting a lot of subs from. So I've been doing a lot of shorts. They're doing pretty well, and my 2024 goals video is doing really well. But nobody's like all the shorts people aren't watching the long form stuff, so my watch hours are still creeping up so slowly.
Man,
It's
that's
a
what
grind
happens.
for real.
So, unfortunately, man, it happens, I think, with a lot of content creators, and that's kind of it's dragging even with me, man. I'm not even I'm close to 3,000 watch hours right now, but not to 4,000. 4,000 I may get hopefully if I do lives every week and maybe do more lives. I don't know, it's if I can handle more lives, but or more content. Or
Well, the
more
Browns have just got to pick up their game. You'll make plenty more.
hopefully I'll
Time.
get to 4,000 watch hours, man, by the summer. That's
Yeah.
hopeful. It's a big hope, man. At least
Yeah,
getting
that's what I'm hoping too. Because I'm like you, I'm sitting at, I think I'm at 2,600, so I've still got a ways to go.
yeah, because see, the thing is right now is especially your channel, you're doing great job on your videos, man. Very, in my opinion, proper editing and proper stuff that you're talking about in the videos, and that's good for the viewers. You will get more subscribers, man. In my opinion, your channel is destined to grow big if you consistently do what you're doing right now and you're doing it in a proper way, and the YouTube will push you out and you're gonna have more viral videos come out in the future, in my opinion, many more. So you will get there, man. I think you will get there sooner than later. So
Well, I appreciate that vote of confidence, brother.
and you said your wife's car has 450,000 plus miles. That's good, actually.
Yeah.
It's a normal car, man. That's what I consider to be normal mileage.
Yeah. She
Sounds like a workhorse.
hers has been paid off for a while. Mine's paid off. Like we don't want any new vehicles anytime soon.
Man, me neither, man. That's like I said. The thing is, it's like always, something adds up, and you never know how it is. But it always something changes. But a lot of people will agree with that. I mean, getting a new car is expensive, man, and paying, I mean, monthly payments for a new car, it is expensive. So that's understandable. I agree with you on that. So, guys, let's run the giveaway today, guys. We're gonna do one giveaway. I decided we'll do one giveaway for each live. Maybe sometimes in the future we'll do maybe two, hopefully. But for today's giveaway, I decided It was actually given to me by Russian reseller Lisa and Anthony that you met from Erie, Alex.
Alec,
So he gave me this T-shirt, guys. This is Kiss.
Oh, that's
hey
cool.
now.
So this is
Hey, that reminds me of the Reseller Locker Room podcast.
yeah, exactly. That's what you actually put in the thumbnail. It was a great thumbnail, by the way. Ben is probably sitting. Ben, Rocky Top Picker guys, right now is sitting in the locker room as we speak. So with all the uniform and markers and the board behind him like a coach. So he's writing stuff down, guys. So guys, we'll do the giveaway on this T-shirt. It's not vintage, but it's pretty cool. It's a Kiss on a scissor tag. It's a all style or yeah, all style. So it's all style tag, not vintage double stitch. And it's a final tour ever. As you guys see, it says World Tour. It's a size extra large, good size, guys. So
That's my size.
yeah, so I will put in a giveaway tool. We're gonna do. Let me actually share the screen. So as you can see, those are the cities where they did the tour. There's all different cities and states right here, even in Cleveland. Lisa, I didn't know they were in Cleveland actually, but they were.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, they were in '96. That's when I.
but that's cool. So let's share the screen, guys, and giveaway tool. So we're gonna do run this giveaway. So let's share the screen, guys. If you don't
Good luck,
mind,
y'all.
good luck, guys, on winning Kiss. So you can get a kiss from the Kiss.
What's the hashtag, Roman?
We're gonna do hashtag Kiss. So put in hashtag Kiss lower letters.
Spit it out. Come on, spit it out.
Lowercase, guys. Lowercase letters. We're gonna do
Hey,
lowercase.
I look like Jill right now.
We're gonna do whatnot, guys. Whatnot event. Kiss T-shirt for sale and whatnot. I think that would attract some audience. But actually, that was given to me by another reseller, guys. He actually wanted to give it to the vintage kids because he asked me if I wanted it, and
They
I
don't
said,
need anything.
and I said yes, and I will do giveaway with it. So he was okay with it. So he gave it to me, guys, for free, no money down, so I can do giveaway on my live. Alex is not watching, guys. He is not into watching YouTube, but I see him almost every week at the Goodwill Bins. So Alex is also from Ukraine, and he's a good reseller. He has been reselling for a while, and he does it with his wife. So guys, so that's we're gonna do that giveaway. So we're gonna give you, Lisa, how long before everyone submits hashtag Kiss? 5 minutes?
No, I mean about 30 more seconds because we've got a good number of them. We've got 36 people in here, and people are on board with it. So just come
everyone,
on, everybody, put your hashtags in. Put your hashtags in.
guys,
Hashtag
put your
Kiss.
hashtag
Take it
Kiss
home
to
to you.
Kiss for this beautiful Kiss of end of the war of the road world tour, extra large T-shirt. I think it's unisex, so it's either for men or women. So it's a unisex, hopefully. But I think it doesn't even matter, guys. Either men or women can wear it. So it is unisex. So
We can be making last call. You guys get your last ones in here. Come on, he's gonna run it.
guys, we're gonna have to do last call soon. And then we're gonna ask, we got Jack. Let me say hello to Jackass Retro Matt in the house. Easy Pickings Chris in the house. Guys, thanks for stopping by. We got Cha-Ching King Scott in the house. Scott, welcome.
No
If I missed anyone, let me know, Lisa, because
I say spin the wheel here. Let's give that a new home to somebody.
Let me say hello to Bearded Pocket Tuber Matt in the house. Matt, welcome. Just want to go through, say hello to people that I missed so far. Cheesehead Flipper in the house. Jeff, thanks for stopping by. I got Bearded Picker Scott in the house. Welcome. Let's see who else I missed.
Give it a run, Roman. Give it a run.
All right, guys, let's run it. 1, 2, 3.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys. We got 18 entries.
It's gonna be Octo winning it again, so that he can just give it to Shane's wife.
Yeah, well, I'm cool with that.
See what happens.
Come on.
Wow,
Oh, Justin Burlett, Marie's husband.
Marie's husband won. So Justin,
So it's going to Oregon.
Congratulations.
not rigged, guys. Not rigged.
We're not
So
smart enough to rig anything.
Justin Perlot won this beautiful.
Congrats, Justin.
short
I know he'll love it. He loves that kind of stuff. So that was
That's
So
pretty
Marie
cool.
and Justin, send me your address. I think Marie has my Instagram. So Marie, send me your address to my Instagram, and I will ship it out to you on Monday. So please, and I really appreciate everyone playing or being or participating in a giveaway of those beautiful Kiss T-shirts. So the
well,
winner
that
is
was nice
Justin
of you
Perlot.
and Alex. Isn't that his name? The fellow?
Yes, Alex. Yes, I will say Alex actually knows about it. Anyway, he is actually a really nice guy. He actually gave me 2 things this weekend. I'll show you another one. It's not gonna be for giveaway, but I'll show it to you. So let me remove the screen, guys. So we're gonna go back to a
Pretty much.
regular programming. So Shane, what are you drinking today, man?
Whiskey.
I kind of had a feeling that you're
This is-
drinking something.
This is all I have left until Monday because I always forget Saturday night to go buy some, and we can't buy it in South Carolina on Sundays. So I'm out until Monday.
Can't buy it here either.
Oh.
And I'm doing my live on Monday, so I got to have a new bottle.
What kind are you drinking today? What's a brand? I know you like
It's-
good brands.
Yeah, this is one I just discovered a couple months ago called it doesn't sound like a good brand. It's called Bubba's Burnt
Bubba's.
Sugar
Yeah,
Whiskey.
Bubba's, man, is like
Bubba's.
one of those names, man, that's kind of always I
I
kind
want
of
to get you
always,
some Bubba's.
man,
It
I
is
always
so good.
associate that name with Forrest Gump, man. It's like I cannot I always when I hear Bubba's or something like the name, right away I'm thinking about Forrest Gump. Right away. It's like in my head about it.
Well, what you don't see is that Shane has a plate of shrimp off to the side that he's eating too.
Man, that's actually good for chasers. Shane actually has a good taste in whiskey, actually, like me, because I actually also love whiskey and bourbon, actually, but not drinking today, actually, Shane. And Anthony is not. Anthony, you drinking today?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a huge drinker. I do enjoy going out to a bar every once in a while.
Yeah, I think we all do, most likely, except
And
Shane.
back to the hotel for 15 minutes.
Shane, the Octopus wrote that, geez, I come back and it's like the Brady Bunch of reselling. Octopus, that's the thing. We're not that disgruntled as you.
Yeah, and he can't say anything. He comes in my live show more than anybody, him and Grumpy Granny. So
yeah, they're actually
Yeah.
great supporters. I mean, we got some great
Yeah, for
supporters
sure.
from the community
Our
that come
Aussie
in
friends are really swell.
and support us, which is great. And Shane actually has great points, great videos about smaller YouTube channels, which I really appreciated it when he made that video. It was a great video, in my opinion, for smaller YouTube channels and supporting smaller YouTube channels compared to, but to bigger channels. It's not gonna matter that much for bigger channels because, with the consistency of their videos that they're putting out, they're still gonna keep gaining subscribers in the future. So like
Oh yeah.
consistency is the key, guys, with anything. I think like reselling, YouTube videos, YouTube content, lives, podcasts. So if you're consistent about those types of things, I mean, it's gonna most likely, if you put a lot of work into it, it will work. It's a hard work, but it is what it is. So Shane, what kind of advice can you give to Anthony on YouTube?
Oh man.
Oh, he gives them lots behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Instagram is not always your friend.
Anthony and I talk a lot behind the scenes on Instagram, but just keep grinding out, bro. Like that's all I can tell you. It's the same thing I told my son. My son is a really good cook and he does a lot of stuff on the grill and smoker, and I told him to start a channel and he's like, well, I don't have a nice camera and I don't have this, and I was like, dude, doesn't matter, get your phone out, hit the record button.
Yep.
Be yourself.
The phone is a godsend. I mean, people ask. I've been asked before, like like somebody will say something about like something I can't find on eBay, and they'll be like, Well, it's here on the desktop. I'm like, no, I run my entire business, my YouTube channel, everything straight from my phone. Like, I
Yeah,
very rarely use the desktop stuff.
I'm fortunate enough to have a really nice camera. So my phone is right here, but the phone cameras are freaking amazing these days.
Not
So
mine.
like anybody, well, you keep dropping yours.
Oh yeah, there are chunks falling out of the glass down here now. It's yeah.
But yeah, I do. Like I just saw Octo said he does his crappy shorts, which if you guys haven't seen Octo's shorts, his shorts are amazing, by the way. Although I'm calling shenanigans Octo because I saw human hands in one of your recent
They were
videos.
little plastic doll hands.
No. These were legit, real hands. Like he either kidnapped somebody or he's not being honest.
I hadn't seen
Probably
that.
not honest. I don't know. But we're never gonna find out.
Dishonest octopus.
See, Shane, we're gonna need all of us will need the same microphone as you to actually find out about that. You know, guys, today we don't have Archie Biscuit Butt in the house. Unfortunately, guys, we have to excuse Archie because he's now more famous than ever. So he is currently, guys, cloud chasing every big YouTubers in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
So
he's too good for us anymore.
So Archie decided that the fame is more important, especially for him in Las Vegas, than coming into my life. But we're gonna forgive him, guys. Archie knows that I joke around a lot. That I don't mean any harm to him. It's kind of our regular communication with Archie, guys. I know Archie likes to cloud chase a lot of celebrities from Hollywood, and I don't blame him, guys. He chases Angelina Jolie. He does cloud chase Brad Pitt sometimes. Cloud chases a lot of famous people. Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's like famous. He's not just in Las Vegas, also in Hollywood. So guys, if you kind of think that we have bigger YouTubers on YouTube in a reselling community, Archie is actually up there with Hollywood stars. So there you go, guys. Some props to Archie on that. It was not that easy for him to gain that confidence and recognition.
Oh, it's getting deep in here. I don't have big enough boots. Oh, stop.
So Shane,
I thought you said something else for a second.
Anthony, so actually, I forgot to ask you, what is in terms of in the future, in terms of YouTube videos, how many videos would you like to put out on your channel, like consistently? What was your idea?
I was thinking of doing it. I would probably start with just doing once a week, just trying to get, at least one video out per week. And then Shane, you turned me on to, what did you say that app is that you use to cut the shorts, the longer videos in the shorts?
Opus Clips or Clip. It may not have an S on it, but yeah, guys, Opus Clip is amazing for making shorts. It does cost a little bit of money. I don't know if they have a free version. They may. I pay, I think, $9 a month, but it's amazing and it takes all the work out of making shorts.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that.
It takes it from your long form content. Let me paraphrase that. It doesn't just create stuff without you recording. So
without you doing anything, basically, just automatic. Doesn't matter what you put on there, it's gonna do it.
It doesn't work like the Skynet that's built into your phone that will send you advertisements. Send you advertisements for things that you have in private conversations with friends. I love when I sign on to Facebook and get advertisements for cat food because I told somebody I had to go to the store to buy cat food.
Guys, I'm putting in different podcasts in the chat to subscribe to support. So if you can subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's podcast. Reseller Locker Room podcast, Reseller Clickbait, Power Hour podcast, Pocket Change, Flipping Fantastic podcast with Alicia and Mo also. And I also put link to Place to Profit reselling convention in Nebraska, in Omaha, Nebraska, guys. Put the website in.
I really wish I could go to that.
So you guys, if you still want to get, because they've been selling tickets out very fast recently, so if you guys still want to go, you can still get a ticket, but supplies most likely will not last because they actually have been doing great selling the tickets to that meetup. So if you still want to go, you can still get tickets.
Shane,
And
what
And
about
if you are going, I just sent them 50 Soda City Flip stickers for
yes,
their
and
swag bags.
it was nice of you, man. Actually, it's really nice of you to send them the stickers. And I think there are going to be other resellers who will send stickers and other stuff for the greet and meet and greet when they're going to do the first day of the meetup at Omaha and Nebraska. It's supposed to be a great event, guys. So if you can go, definitely get the tickets and go enjoy your time with other resellers, and also subscribe to the podcast, guys. Let me put Flipping Fantastic podcast in.
Shane? Is Orlando next week?
It starts on the 18th.
Okay, 18.
So
Yeah,
so anybody that's going there, make sure to find me. I will be there in Orlando for the Trash to Cash Winter Bash.
He will be trashed at the Trash to Cash winner.
it's gonna be trashing at the trash.
That's right. That's right.
I could
But
have went, but I can't leave my kitties.
yeah, Shane, I think you can take
Film
Anthony
everything.
with you. Anthony, you still want to go to Trash to Cash bash in Orlando? You said you
Again, my issue with it was that it starts on a Thursday. I mean, it's too hard to work out my son's school schedule with something that happens on the days that I'm supposed to be there to take him to school. So
yeah, that's the only issue with a lot of people when they have kids, that they have to go to school and you have to pick them up and then you have to leave. I think it starts. What day is it, Shane? Is it during weekend, like weekday?
Yeah, it's
Like
Thursday the 18th.
so.
And I
But
know some people are only coming down for the weekend, so they'll come down like Friday evening, maybe early Saturday morning, and stay for the weekend. I've heard.
yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, you can hang out with a lot of resellers. Go to play golf. I guess they're gonna go play golf there. Shane,
the
you're
mini
good at
golf,
golf,
yeah.
right? You're playing golf
I'm
too.
not. I do play golf. I'm not good at it. I played today actually. I got my listings done, and the weather. It was like 70 degrees here today, so I went and played golf.
Yeah, but the thing about it's kind of fun. I mean, in my opinion, to play golf on a certain level, at least you need some practice, because I tried a couple times, man. I could not even hit the
It's a
freaking ball,
tough
man.
game.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
tell
not
you what
easy.
though, I played with Josh, Harry Tornado, and Flipping McFlipperson a couple times, and Evan Flipping McFlipperson and I are pretty much on the same level, but Josh is pretty dang good.
I don't know. I have some friends that kind of learned how to play this game. I'm not a big fan of golf. I never watch it. I just for fun. Sometimes in the past, me and my friends just went to play a little bit, but I was not even into it. Even when I was trying to kind of learn it, I didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I mean, there are people that like it, and they will play it and just become really good at it eventually. But I mean, it takes a lot of practice to hit the freaking ball also.
Yeah.
If you don't practice, you're not gonna be able to hit the ball unless you just gonna hit it a little bit like slow without kind of trying to swing. I mean, but that's one of the things that you have to learn. Lisa,
last time I even tried, there's a driving range not far from my house. I tried to Happy Gilmore that shit, and it did not work.
Yeah, I couldn't do that when I tried out. Happy Gilmore's even harder than regular golf.
and I think disc golf is actually, I like disc golf. Disc golf is actually very fun just to play disc golf in a facility. When you go play it, it's kind of fun because it's a different concept of playing golf, but it's kind of an interesting idea on actual entertainment. I mean, if people like playing bowling, similar type of like disc golf, in my opinion, is like similar concept. It's a different game, but it's kind of fun to play. I don't know, Anthony, you ever played disc golf?
No, I don't know if there was any facilities like that around here to even try it.
There is a couple in South Carolina where Shane is at, because I was at Greenville, South. Actually, South Carolina is like beautiful state. Like everywhere I went in South Carolina, like different cities, there are like not really big cities. South Carolina doesn't have really big cities, but they're kind
No.
of very, very clean. Except I think I don't know about Columbia. Is Columbia clean compared to Charleston? Because
Well, Charleston is a drinking town with a historical problem. And then
historical drinking.
no,
Alrighty then. I don't think that's
Colum-
on brochures, Shane.
Columbia is about 20 minutes from me. It's not bad. I mean, just like every metropolitan city, there's areas that you would want to stay away from. But it's not bad. But Columbia is I think it's the biggest city. It's the capital, obviously, but I still think there's less than 500,000 people in Columbia. So
There's
it's not very big.
500,000 people on my block.
Building.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, in Anthony's building. 500,000. Shane, Cha-Ching King Scott wants to know what's your setup? Camera, lights, and mic.
Yeah, I told him in the chat, and it sounds like we have almost identical setups, which is cool. But he also said he'd rather be in his wood shop than golfing, and I think that's cool too because I am a woodworker as well.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
I build a lot of the furniture in my house.
See,
And I used to sell furniture, or not furniture, but woodworking. I would build things for people and make money that way.
I'm a little jealous of the talent, as you will realize for all my new subscribers, hopefully, that I gain from this live, that I am a talentless hack. So
That's the hack pushes.
Well,
I need more
Anthony,
subscribers.
you have talents, man. You have talents. You came to Cleveland Goodwill Beans. That's already a talent.
I'm a good picker. Thank God I have a phone to tell me what to pick up.
A lot of good pickers use a phone, man. Sometimes, I don't know. Shane, do you use a phone whenever you source to look up stuff? Most likely, yes.
Yeah. Now, I heard Anthony mention this earlier. He and I both watch a lot of J-Rod flips, and listening to Jake pound in my head over the past 6 or 8 months about sell-through rate, I'm actually looking at my phone a lot more than I used to, because I used to I'd be like, oh man, this is cool. I bet it'll sell. It's still sitting on my shelf, a year later. So I'm trying to get better about it. And that's in my my goals video that I made. I think that was the number one thing I said was I'm going to focus on sell-through rate. From now on, that's how I'm going to source. I'm not going to source any other way.
And the funny part is because it's not a one-size-fits-all situation, because you do have to realize, like, I will pick up something that has a 20% sell-through rate because I know if it sells for $1,000, I don't give a shit. Like, I will list that in my store. But yeah, I'd rather have $100 or $50 items that have a 400% sell-through rate, because I know that I'll get that money really quickly. So
Exactly, but see, J-Ride, he kind of comes out on his lives and in his videos that he does look for, which is basically, of course, a lot of resellers, especially full-time, they would love to find most of the stuff that has great sell-through rate, like stuff that he has shown from his inventory. But it's not that easy to find that kind of stuff consistently. It's not easy. And I know that he understands that too. He doesn't come out and says, like, you guys need to look for it. It's like required factor in his videos. Yeah, it is actually good to find this kind of stuff. Like, whenever I find digital cameras, even at the Goodwill Beans, which is amazing because you're paying like maybe
like $1.
20 cents because it doesn't weigh anything. So it's like less than $1. And I even found one 2 weeks ago, actually, maybe last week. I found a Nikon digital camera, which was really good model, and I sold it for $199 in like 4 days, like instantly, basically. So there is a big demand, and sell-through rates are just incredible on those cameras, not just Nikon, Sony, and Panasonic, and Kodak, and all those brands, Canon. So yes, it is. If you look for that kind of stuff, go around different thrift
The,
stores.
the other thing that doesn't get brought up, by even by Jake that often, is if you're willing to not take top dollar for something, you can improve your sell through rate on those 20% sell through rate items by, if you pick something up that has a 20% sell through rate but sells for 500 when it sells, then list it for 300 if you got it for $5. Because you, like Shane, I think during one of your lives we were telling you about the car stereo. Yeah, you can hold out. You can hold out to sell it for, however much it was, $500. But it'll take months and months to do. But if you take the offer of $300, if you start off by just listing it for $300, you immediately move to the head of the pack. So it doesn't matter that it has a slow sell through rate. Or, that's a wild example because I don't remember exactly the details of the item. But
that was it. I sold it for 300 on best offer.
Yeah. So
that's great, man. That's amazing. That's why, like, when he talks about that kind of stuff, definitely it helps resellers specifically to look for that kind of stuff.
To learn sell-through rate, you can learn what your profit margins have to be on an item too, to sell slower sell-through rate items with a lower profit, but sell it a lot faster than everybody else that has it listed. That's also what I focus on doing.
If you find that kind of stuff, and believe me, guys, actually, to tell you the truth, in my opinion, yes, for the cost that you're paying for this type of stuff, if you find it at Goodwill Bins or if you find it at garage sales, you're definitely gonna be making good profits because you're not gonna be paying as much as at an estate sale, or even if you do private picks sometimes, because like when you do private picks on those types of products, people who you go to get those things from private picks, they definitely, you're not trying to kind of insult a person at the private pick just with if they ask you how much you're willing to pay for certain things, and if you're gonna give that person like a price that you're paying at the Goodwill Bins or at the garage sale, most likely you're not gonna get like a lot of business like in the future from other private picks, because people will say like you're too cheap to even buy certain things that gonna sell for really good value. So
I've learned from Caleb from Phoenix Resale, I've learned it's best to get the money moving so that you can keep those private picks coming. So it's fine to not make $1,000 off of every item you sell. Like it's best to, if I'm going to be continually doing business with somebody, I don't mind paying up the first time so that we can get some money exchanged and we know get the relationship built,
because you don't know what's going to come later from already getting that hinge into them and building something. You never know where it may lead in the future.
So yeah, Shane, in my opinion, man, instead of going to that trash to cash bash, you need to come to Cleveland, man, and visit me, and we'll go to the Goodwill Bins. There is like nothing.
Am I gonna come? Me come too?
And Lisa will be there.
But yeah, you've got to come get me. You're on your way up. Shane, you can snag me, Shane, for the final.
Shane, instead of going there and just snuggling with like big YouTubers, man, why don't you come visit Cleveland where we don't have big YouTubers?
I do need to make that trip for sure. I need to do that sometime.
You can grab me as you drive. Make a hook into Pennsylvania, then go to Cleveland.
And Anthony can tell you how to find my poor little butt.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. You see, Shane, actually, I'm very I was kind of not just was kind of, but I'm very happy for that. I actually found Anthony's great hat. You see that he can sell and make good money.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Did you already sell it, by the way, Anthony, or not?
No, because I still have to film doing the recap of what I found.
Show us the hat. Can you show it to us? I forgot.
I actually, so after the smoke, I was going to jump off for 2 seconds.
After the smoke.
I was gonna jump off. I need to get some soda and stuff. I can actually feel myself getting a little faint. The process of being a diabetic and
Anthony's a
doing live.
diabetic.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
man,
diabetic too. Me
yeah,
too.
you can. Yeah, go ahead, man. Because I mean, we're not gonna be live for very long today
Yeah,
anyway.
so I'll be right back, and
Anthony-
I will grab the hat. So I'll be right back.
Anthony, let me. Oh, never mind.
I'm still here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna point out. I was messing with you earlier about your shelf being crooked, knowing that it was your phone. But look at all my movie posters.
I saw
Every
that.
one of them's crooked.
It's slightly starting to tilt. That, you know what? I don't know what's on the other side of that room, but that shares an adjoining wall. There might be a reason why your pictures are a little.
No, that's my stepdaughter's room there.
Oh.
Yeah, we cannot go into any rooms, guys. Unfortunately, today, so don't ask.
We do not want to
It's prohibited to go into any rooms, guys, in the houses.
I will
Chris,
grab that hat. I'll be right back.
man, yeah, no problem. Flipping for laughs, Chris is saying that actually he subscribed to everyone that I posted the links for
Wasn't
in
that
the
nice?
chat. Chris,
I
it's
saw
very
that.
nice, very
Sure.
nice of you, man. Chris is a great dude. He was actually on your live. This
Yeah,
week.
he was on mine
On
Friday,
was it Friday or Thursday? Hold on.
Thursday.
I think Thursday, yeah, Thursday. Guys,
Yeah.
Chris was on Thursday. Flipping for laughs was on Shane's live. Soda City Flips. If you want to check it out and do like rewatch it from Thursday, so you can go ahead and do that. If you
Always
haven't
a
watched.
good
Chris
watch.
he's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. I enjoyed having him on.
Yeah, Chris is actually a very funny guy, very nice, with great fun. Talking about joking around, like me a little bit. Maybe I'm joking around a little bit more, but I don't know. I think Chris is much better at it than me. But it was nice actually. You guys actually had a lot of fun and great conversation. And Show Me Automotive, welcome. It's first time that I see this name, so I appreciate you stopping by. Chris wants to come over. Yeah, no problem, Chris. Whenever you decide, guys, whoever wants to hang out in the great city of Cleveland, Ohio, especially if Cleveland Browns may win Super Bowls this year, or I mean, well, this year in February, hopefully, guys, it's gonna be a good destination to visit. We're gonna have a lot of people come in to Cleveland after Super Bowl if they win. There's gonna be a
Hey,
lot of people.
Cleveland is really improved. You gotta pimp it out. I mean, it's beautiful. They've got so much now.
Yeah, we
It's
got
not
many.
a mistake on the lake. It's not.
Guys, we have a lot of attractions, by the way. It's a beautiful city, to tell you the truth. There is a lot
And the
of
river doesn't burn anymore. Make sure people know that.
a lot of people for some reason don't like Cleveland, but it's actually a great city, guys. A lot of great museums. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is not considered to be like, that's what Cleveland is kind of famous for. Whenever they do some kind of sports or other types of shows from downtown, they will show Rock Hall of Fame. And it's not like, I mean, it's been there for a long time, but you gotta visit other places here. There is a great Cleveland Museum of Art. Is actually great botanical garden. So there is a lot of places here, guys, that are amazing.
I enjoyed Cleveland last time I was there. It's been many years, but I enjoyed it.
So Scott Ching King, anytime, man, let me know whenever you want to travel. We're gonna hook up, go to some sourcing places, the ones that you choose. Even though Anthony was not against going to the
Don't
bins.
take him to the hood.
Yeah, Anthony was not against going to the bins, guys. He was actually wanted to go to the bins. Max, Fast Talking Flipper, and Angie, they actually met me at thrift store because it was day before day before Christmas, and there was no point of going to the bins at that time. There was just, in my opinion, not a good place to go day before Christmas. So we went to thrift store. We also had good time, good conversation. So guys, whenever you feel like traveling, visiting Cleveland, of course you can stop by. There's no problem. We can go like source, eat, drink maybe. If Shane comes over, we'll drink some whiskey.
Oh,
That's
you'll
right.
take Shane to the Russian restaurant. Unfortunately,
Russian restaurant in
closed
Cleveland.
for
Yeah,
us.
you have to come in on a weekend to go to Russian restaurant. So if anyone comes in on a weekend, there is a possibility to go to Russian restaurant. So
Hey, I remember that hat.
Yep.
oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. I remember it now.
100% wool, I believe. Vintage sports
That's nice.
specialty. So.
That's nice. That's two good things about that hat.
There you go, man. You just need do you need to clean it a little bit? Does it have any staining on it or not?
No staining. It's definitely misshapen, which I think
But
is
you
probably
can
Too many
actually,
jokes. Too many jokes. But it is 10:49 on the East Coast on a Saturday night. Oh,
yeah, it's 10:49 p.m. Eastern time, guys, or normal time, or whatever time. I don't know.
Shane,
In my
I'll ask
opinion,
that. What should I do for when like because the shape of the hat? How do you get the
check
shape
out
back?
Chernok's connection and see all of his tips. That's what you're supposed
yeah,
to do.
actually, there was not a bad technique that he used for with a steamer. Actually, it does help. So he did one on Reselling Information Network channel, and then he was on Kevin's. He was Kevin's guest in a cabin. So Chernak was Chris. His name is Chris, actually.
Chernok is a very passionate person about, and he knows inside, outside, upside down, everything hats. Anything you want to know, you guys got to check out that guy. I
Yeah,
mean,
here
he
is actually a
top-notch
link to
and a good
Reseller
person.
Information Network also. I forgot to put the link for Reseller Information Network, guys, because they do.
Scott put out a good Cha-Ching King put out a good video on how he cleans hats and reshapes them.
Yeah, I know. Scott does a video also on it, so it's up to you guys who you want to watch about that. But you can watch
I'm
both.
sorry.
Or
Scott's
other,
here, so I will watch Scott.
And
Yeah.
I've
he's
been
here.
asked to make one of those videos too by my viewers, so I'll have one soon.
I can show how to clean jewelry.
Jewelry.
You should.
Ultrasonic. Jewelry is ultrasonic cleaner. I used.
No, there's so much more. We won't go
No,
down
I
that.
know. I'm just kidding, kind of. And Scott Bearded Picker says, I've been to all the Rite Aids in Cleveland. Scott, all the Rite Aids in Cleveland almost went out of business. Actually, there was one where I live. It closed down in the beginning of the fall, I think in September. It went out of business. So Rite Aids in Cleveland kind of were going out of business. I think most of them have closed. So
they all closed down here.
Oh, really?
For my friends that still work at Frito-Lay, I hope that all the Rite Aids go out of business so that they take stores off of, lighten the workload, because they do overwork those guys. So.
Oh, this is John Red Relics on another YouTube channel. Okay, so I just see, that's why there are so many YouTube channels with the same person that you have to subscribe to like 10,000 channels, guys. So you know who it is. Like me, I have like 5 different channels, and I sometimes come over and just subscribe to someone to help them out when they're close to like specific milestone. I
will say that as far as YouTube goes, one channel. You're getting one channel. That's all I'm doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, having a bunch of channels. Do you think you're gonna have only one, Anthony, in the future?
Yeah, I would like to just stick with just having the one. Because it's already hard enough, I feel, for people to find, because the channel used to be called Dragon Hero 990, and I still use that for Twitch and stuff like that. But like trying to get the channels to link the channels for other people to find and stuff like that when you change the name of a channel is already a pain in the ass. So yeah, one channel.
Yeah, that's difficult. Some, like, before mentioned bigger YouTube channels who have like bunch of channels with speaking videos, flipping videos, other types of channels that they run, and they actually put out consistent content consistently, even on 3 channels, which is just, in my opinion, is if you have
nobody got time for that.
If you have time to actually, that's a kind of problem sometimes. To kind of, it's difficult. You have to live. You don't have to have any type of breaks or anything to put out so much stuff. In my opinion, I mean, it's not that easy to do. So
that's fine if you've got somebody else to vacuum your house and clean your bathroom. You can do that, but got to go to the grocery.
Shane, you thinking about having another channel in the future, or you gonna stick around and to just Soda City Flips?
Yeah, are we gonna get the Soda City Picks channel?
Man, as long as I have a full-time job, I'm gonna have one. So I don't see me leaving my full-time job anytime soon. But if that ever happens, I don't plan on any more channels.
It's kind
Yeah,
of, I mean,
there's nothing in the pipeline for me planning on doing more than one channel.
it is nice, of course. Yeah, you that's originally like it. I think at certain point of time there were content creators who were separating, who started to separate picking videos on. I mean, their picking channel from like what they sold. So that's when this concept kind of came around, and then they kind of separated those channels. But in my opinion, it's a great thing whenever you have like a shed or a cabin or like a warehouse where you can
Good.
actually, or storage unit maybe, where you can go do that other channels like for flipping and do like show what you've sold, like every other, like how they, like, I don't know, like they put out a video, say for example every 2 days, like, so then the picker video. So it's like it's a lot of work in my opinion, but it is what it is. It's their choice how they want to run their YouTube business and stuff like that, but it is not easy to do. And
No, forget clout chasing. Okay, I always said, and I did this in one of his lives. He did not appreciate it, but I was like, Paul, I was like, you don't live in Philadelphia anymore. Let me buy your damn channel name.
oh,
I
you
was like,
want
let
to,
me get all those subscribers to Philly Flipper, and you can now be the Florida Flipper spelled with a PH. I was like, come on. He didn't find that humorous, but I do.
Ken, welcome. Finally, Ken stopped by. Thanks for stopping by. This K promo Ken. I put Ken's channel in the link before, guys, earlier today. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Ken, actually, I will get in touch with you hopefully by the spring. I may actually go to that Marion Goodwill Bin, so we can meet up with Ken again in a secret location.
You
That's
gotta
what
come get me.
Lisa may come over also, Ken, if you don't mind. And Ken will...
Lissa needs rides, so she gets around.
Hey now. Hey now. What are we spinning there?
Maybe Chris will stop by also. Maybe Flipping for Laughs, Chris and Jeff. See, Jeff says I have a warehouse, but no time for multiple channels. So that's understandable. Hi, Ken. Roman showed us his winner. That's kind of, I don't know. I probably missed that part myself. Ken, we tried. Nobody wanted to kind of pay up. We kind of decided we're gonna start the bidding like at Whatnot, and decided that YouTube will not like this kind of content. So we kind of scrapped that idea. But guys, actually this week, that's why Archie is not here. That J-Ride is actually in Las Vegas, so that's why Archie is hanging out with J-Ride, other celebrities, guys. So it's a good thing. That's a lot of collaboration going on in Las Vegas, guys. So
it's bad for us. We can't get them to bring in more
collaboration. We gotta pick on our buttery butt, man. We gotta.
Exactly. And Jill is saying we cannot even summarize. So, Anthony, before we leave, I'll make you big, as I always do. And before I do that, I'll show you guys what I actually found yesterday at the Goodwill Bins where we were with Lisa and Anthony. This is vintage. It's one of the vintage sweaters or t-shirt. Well, this is a pullover. It's the Cleveland Indians from 1993. That's
nice.
That's a pullover. It's gonna be in one of my whole Goodwill videos. This is on a trench tag. As you guys can see, the trench tag made in United States, size extra large, and it's got memorable events at Cleveland Municipal Stadium. If you guys know Cleveland Indians history, they used to play at the Cleveland Municipal Stadium from 1932 up to 1993. That's when I came to United States. So I came to United States in 93 in the summer, and that's when Cleveland Municipal Stadium, old stadium, closed, and they renamed it to Jacobs Field later on.
Yeah, they tore the seats out and sold them. Those are collectible too.
And still had Chihuahua logo, and see, this is limited edition, and it's October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now, actually, I was already in the United States because I came in June, so see, that was memorable for me even. and it's got all the memorable events that happened at that municipal stadium throughout the years, the different, I think, attendance records and largest All-Star game attendance in 1981, 1948. So, and most home runs hit in the season by the Indians. So all the memorable events that happened during the time when stadium was open. So it has, it's not a lot of money, but it's a beans. It basically cost me maybe a little bit like maybe over $1 in terms of cost, and it's got some staining which I will not even most likely will wash this off, but it's got some yellowing right here. So, but it's
I
fine.
see
It's still
what you
gonna
mean.
sell because there is a lot of people who collect Chief Wahoo right now because Chief Wahoo will go away entirely,
Yeah.
according to the Indians organization. In about, I think they plan to completely remove it, and it's not gonna be available anymore. So
See, and that's
that
why the
was,
Philadelphia fanatic is forever.
yeah, man. That's the
He
thing.
doesn't
That's the
offend
thing.
nobody.
And actually, I'm surprised right now that they allow still to list Indians name Chief Wahoo stuff on eBay and like Washington Redskins and stuff like that. And the funny thing is, Atlanta Braves is with Braves. It's kind of a name where it's
It's
similar.
on the border. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the border,
It's a
so
gray area.
yeah.
Fine
So
line.
they didn't remove the name, so they allowed Atlanta to still have the name. But yeah, it's a lot of memories. So just wanted to show this to you guys. Kind of cool. But I found some other interesting. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
Anthony,
cool.
let me. Bobby, it's not gonna be all nighter, man. It's a weekend. We got some drinking to do, unfortunately, and relax.
Look at
Bobby,
Shane. Shane's going, yeah, yeah.
State
Sign
has
me
to
up.
drink a little bit. I probably have to drink a little. Bobby, sorry, man. If we all gathered in your basement and just watch you, I mean, looked at your inventory, maybe it will be all nighter. But so let me make Anthony big, guys, and really appreciate everyone for stopping by. And Anthony will tell everyone what you have coming up on your channel and other things happening in the future on your YouTube. So let me make you big, man, and you can tell everyone. Here you go, guys.
All right, guys. So thanks everybody for being here for three hours. So coming up for me is I still am working on, or I have to start working on my video from my trip to Ohio. Then the following video after that will be a collaboration of me thrifting and hanging out with my buddy James, J Philly Retro Toys. And then the channel focus will actually probably shift to just, a lot of what sold, what to pick up, thrift with me, and focusing on sell-through rate and doing a little bit more of educational videos. So that's pretty much where my channel focus will be going during 2024.
And anything else, Anthony, in terms of any whatnot stuff that you're planning to do in the future, or you're not gonna do any?
No, not really, not right now. Like I said, once I break a certain subscriber count once I break that 1,000 subscriber count, that's when I'll probably start trying to do something maybe with Whatnot or what the hell is it called? Dib or whatever. Yeah, that whole thing with doing live reselling. But that's not on. It's not really something I really want to focus on right now. I do like just growing my eBay store. I'm actually taking things out of my eBay store to help keep the eBay store growing. So
That's nice, man. All right, guys. So we got Tommy Bernard in the house. Just came in. Tommy, welcome. Tommy always
He was
comes in.
probably here lurking.
It says that you charge extra. Yes, Tommy, always charge extra. That's how I make money, man, to charge extra for any stains. That you have to disclose in
Oh,
the listing and say there is stains, so you have to pay extra for those.
do not encourage him, please.
Well, I have to be encouraged somehow. Guys, so in the future, if you have any staining on any clothing or shoes, make sure to disclose that you charge extra money.
that is,
That's an
on all my
OnlyFans
shoes. That is
letter,
real
yeah.
Philly dirt. You are paying extra for. That's why all my shoes are listed well above market.
All right, guys. So appreciate you all for stopping by today, enjoying this live. Hopefully, I know it's kind of very unprofessional, guys, as I always say, but hopefully will improve
That's what
maybe
I'm
in
going for.
20,000 years and maybe in 100 years, hopefully. But I really appreciate everyone for stopping by. Please subscribe to Anthony Dragon Master Finds. I put all the channel and social media platforms links to his social media in description, guys. And Anthony, I really appreciate you stopping by. Sorry that didn't happen last week, but thanks that you're healthy now, and it's most important, man, that you're healthy, feeling better.
Wait, knock
Also,
on wood.
yeah, and thanks for visiting us in Cleveland, man. It was really fun time. So
I had a really good time coming down.
we would have talked about it for many hours more, but it was really fun hanging out with you, and it's a good thing with all of us found good decent things together, which was also kind of fun. And Shane, Soda City Flips, guys, subscribe to Shane, watch his videos, guys, help him get hours.
Add
so
them to a playlist, put them on repeat, and let them play in the background with the volume up to 1, so that he gets all of his watch
So he
hours.
gets the watch hours.
Yeah, so
Samantha said I need to make playlists, and I haven't done that, so I guess I'll work on that maybe tomorrow.
that's a good thing. So yeah, Shane, appreciate you also for stopping by, man. It's always fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on for the last 45 minutes or so.
And Ken is saying, "Go Browns, Ken." Yes, go Browns. They're not playing for anything tomorrow, so tomorrow I'm not gonna be putting out any shorts with my crazy loud, exciting stuff going on. Tomorrow, it's a meaningless game. They're just playing with Bengals for nothing. And but in the next week, guys, when they make it to the wild card game, yes, you're gonna see me put out shorts and cheer loudly. Yeah, so that will happen. But yeah, and everyone, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next week. And thanks for participating in a giveaway. And I will ship the T-shirt to Justin on Monday. So guys, thanks to everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Hey.
Good night, y'all.
And y'all come back now. You hear?
Bye,
Happy
guys.
sales, all. Thanks.
Have great sales, everyone.
Joy.